Thank God it's October.
Please God, my life is gonna get so much easier once November gets here.
Manja, I'm teaching my pre-kids the Festival of Lights this summer or this year.
Diwali?
Yeah, Diwali.
Nice.
So if you can send me anything that is like your quintessential Diwali like things to teach little kids, please send them to me because I would love to integrate it as somebody that knows what real Diwali is and not like a white guy in Japan trying to describe it to children.
As long as you're not what's her face from The Office.
Oh yeah. Do you want?
She's like, oh, we just no. She's like, oh, it's just a place where we go party and dress up. Like that's all. What was it?
Yeah.
It's preschoolers. I have to keep it simple.
No, I'm stuck on the fact that Rob said pre-kids.
Yeah,
and that is an image.
My brain
pre-children.
I don't know how you exactly pronounce it, but
kids? Should I say pre-K kids?
My brain thought pre.
Well, no, I knew exactly what you
before
meant.
they're actually children.
But also then I thought about it, and that's
between babies and children.
Right. It's
so it's something between
well,
babies.
You haven't met the kids that I have to teach yet, right?
Perhaps.
That is fair.
Oh my! Are we gonna have a Pokédex line of human?
Yeah.
Do you want to collect them? Is the real question because I sure the fuck don't.
One would be nice.
Having two in one house is already hard enough.
Collect me two.
And ain't nobody want to collect me except for Cari. All right, let's get some music going.
I'm coming to collect you any day now.
God damn it.
Actually, no. Give person ring to evolve into married. Yay. Anyway, sorry, let's carry on.
Dallan, could you give us a recap? I know you'll do it in a fast way.
Recap because we're late. Oh shit. The end of last week I missed, but we went.
Oh, God, no.
Fuck. How did I forget everything that happened? And we did something, and then we we argued for about an hour and a half.
You
2 hours.
We just
2 hours.
Not in game.
Actually.
You guys were actually doing real planning.
We had a spaghetti discussion. It didn't really go anywhere.
We did many talking. I'll put it that way. For 2 hours, and then I left. And then we did something, which was we went and we found the bell and found the fish.
Well, we kind of stumbled onto the bell, if we're being honest with ourselves.
Oh, I wasn't there. I just know the bell happened and the fish happened. And the fish has more fish.
Rob just took us to the bell, pretty much.
Yeah. Fast-tracked it, but it was a good decision.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Anyone, any addendums, any additions or subtractions thereof of your adventuring party last week, Song of Summer, before we get into it? Because it's up to you.
The fish turned up and said something. Or did it talk? I can't remember. Did it talk? Am I imagining that? It talked.
You rang something. You rang or something.
Yeah, you rang.
You rang.
Yeah, that's it.
I just have the whale fish thing comes, Angajuk here, narwhals, and a ship.
I thought it was
With the
particularly
bow.
fitting.
There was some narwhals too.
Yeah, I thought it was particularly fitting to have a last session in September leading into October with a Monsters reference. So or Adam's Family reference.
I
so
did
you're welcome.
notice it was Monster. I used to like that shot.
You're right. We weren't dealing with any kind of normal monsters throughout the last couple of months.
I'm still keeping a lookout, Rob, in the back.
Time today, bro. It's fucking spook time today. Oh yeah.
The bewitching hour.
I think that's the gist of
I
it,
hope
though.
you
I
have your
don't think anything else
ready,
happened other than
my dudes.
You better be spooked, you piece of shit.
How much should we argue in game?
Spoopiness.
Was that one to one? Did we actually do it 2 hours there?
Yeah, it was 1-to-1. Almost all of it was in character. Almost all of our.
Almost all of it, yeah.
Imagine everyone upset, just like, what are they doing? They're just yelling at each other. Can they hurry up here? I want to fight, like, or something.
Okay, I'm just gonna be pulling some things up, but yeah, you guys You guys can start.
Okay, let's get off this rock.
So I have a question first. We can see the fish now?
No.
It's not. We heard it, but not saw it. Or are you taking a piss?
Oh, I
Who?
thought
No, we saw it.
I wasn't there.
Yeah.
I wasn't there.
I mean, spoke surely, but by that we would be
Oh no, he
looking
wasn't there.
over, right?
Never mind. Never mind. No, I just wondered if we can talk back to it. That's all.
Oh.
But I don't know. I'm not sure if we can actually like see it. But I guess maybe we'd try and communicate anyway because we heard a voice.
Yeah, attempt.
Attempt communication. Communication commencing.
I'm still keeping lookout while they're deciding how to do this.
You heard that right?
Yeah,
Like-
so this thing is surrounded by about 5. You're not quite sure. It's kind of your guess is 5 or so. Kind of generic ballpark if you're like round. Probably about 5 narwhals. Just a pod, a mini
Now,
pod.
do any of us know
and
what
then-
narwhals are, or are we confused?
I'd say you
I know
guys
what
would know what a
narwhals
narwhal is because you went to the
I-
library a long
Do you
time
think
ago.
I would?
And it
I've
would have
been
been in the
sailing
fishing
for a long
books.
time.
Because like, if you don't know what those are and you come at them suddenly,
Well,
that's
I
a bit weird.
guarantee
If we
that
didn't
Goldie
know
knows what they are. I guarantee
kind
that
of
Goldie knows
obvious,
what they are
isn't it?
for sure.
I would think I would too. A whale.
Yeah, maybe Devii would, but they're more northern. Cari.
Like imagine a harpoon, or like a very sharp harpoon on what basically kind of looks like a sea lion, but really big.
It's like a white dolphin with a weird face shape, and then it's got a pointy head. Or it's got a unicorn.
It reminds me, I have a story for Break.
Males have that horn.
The
Females
male
don't have
does?
in real life, yeah. Some females have them, but most don't. I read that.
Simply put, you don't want one coming full speed at you. It's no.
Yeah, it's like a tooth. that
So yeah,
sticks
you
out
see
the
this
mouth.
like gigantic, monstrous in size sperm whale just breach and crack the ice around the area nearby. The sperm whale has all kinds of very strange appendages made out of leather, or you're not sure what else it could be made out of. The nose has been covered from edge to edge in what looks to be a large strap with tassels, and some kind of boat that has a narwhal horn drilled into the top has if you can picture the kind of ships that have the maiden kind of strapped to the front normally, right, of the ship, or like a siren or a mermaid. This ship has kind of mixture of a unicorn and a hippocampus, which is one of the mythological like horse, like mermaid mix creatures, to the front of the boat.
Weird.
And yeah, a hippicorn. Thank you, Cari. And on top of that, ship looks to be strapped partially to the front, but this creature dwarfs the size of the ship that seems to be strapped to it. Just absolutely dwarfs it. And you would even say that if your guess, so I think for Goldy, as a fisherman, I'm going to lean into this more with your character. You would venture to guess that if this thing was fully submerged, it would probably span the length of the dock, which is made for giants.
Nice.
This thing is like a skyscraper in the water sideways.
Dang. That's big. So we must all be pretty shocked to see this, right? Because I'm like, oh,
I mean, you guys are showered in ice water, like just everywhere after it just goes through the breach. Not only is the breach doing this, but there's like an after one coming from the blowhole of the creature. Just.
So did it come up, or was it like?
Do you know what breach means? It breaks the surface of the water.
Yeah, that's what I thought you meant. Like it came up from somewhere.
The water.
I I mean, like, how
What do you
was
want
it?
me to say?
Okay, I'm not even gonna. You said it had a boat strapped to it, so the boat was underwater as well. That's what I'm confused.
The boat is strapped to the top of it. If that's what you're asking.
Oh, it's on his head, like on his back.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So I mentioned it was. Okay. That's even.
We're not
that makes
traveling
less sense,
underwater,
but
okay? Just think we like
It's
that.
magical.
It makes even less sense.
No.
I
Okay.
would like to
Okay.
also reiterate
Saddle.
what I said at the end of last week, is as it breaches, for a brief moment before the mist collapses on you with all of the showered ice bits, there seems to be some sort of magical pop sound, as there is what looks to be a just giga-sized bubble that has popped like a balloon, just goes and whips around, and it is like you get your ears popped at the top of a mountain. It's painful in how loud it is.
Ow.
Yeah.
Ow.
And you just see what looks to be this wildly rippling bubble, or rather not bubble, but like balloon rubber, just kind of like ripples out of reality before getting collapsed and covered by ice water and shards of sea of moving ice.
So we're covered in icy water. Our ears have been assaulted by a popping noise, and more or less, had we seen the full sight of this, we'll probably be in awe. How are we not incapacitated right now?
I would imagine we can't
That's a
hear
good point. Why
ourselves
don't you like
talking,
all
though.
make a Constitution save for me?
Oh no, but Goldy, come on, man.
I'm playing the game as it actually
You
should
can
be.
add
In real life,
Breaker's
we
bonus
would be
if you
like
like.
this.
So
You know,
Breaker,
fuck you.
No,
What's Breaker's bonus? What's
no, I refuse.
Breaker? Oh wait, I've got to find my bloody counter life.
Oh fuck yeah, bro. Oh fuck yeah. Hell yeah, bro.
Okay, Van.
Hell
your
yeah.
your fuck you
Why
stands
is my
after
mouse
that
not
roll.
working?
Oh no.
all right, using the new levels of exhaustion, Dallan, please mark a level of exhaustion.
I don't know what that means.
Oh, that's rude.
Can I have a bonus, please?
You will
Oh, I
not
have
make the
inspiration.
bonus.
Yeah, I'm gonna re-roll that.
Okay.
Huh?
Wait, you're.
No,
Oh yeah, you have inspiration.
Okay. I was
No,
thinking,
no,
have
a
this-
bonus.
what will happen to you with that?
No. Rob said that we get a bonus.
Yeah.
I don't
What
see
is
it.
your
From
bonus?
Stuff, right?
You just
Breaker, light us
explode
here.
or something.
Is it 3?
5.
5.
Plus 5, yeah.
That helps a lot.
Since level up,
it's a
I think you
9.
buffed yourself, right?
Unless
That's fine.
Where's
Mm.
the fifth?
Might have
Because
a
we
chance.
found out some crap was going on with your character sheet this whole time. But we fixed that. The breaker's busted.
What about 11?
Yeah,
Do I
what does
sound like
11?
a level of exhaustion?
There's 11. Are you past?
What is your
11?
total?
11.
I was
11.
asking Cal.
Oh.
11.
11? No, both of you fail.
Fuck you.
I rolled a. With help from Breaker, I rolled a 9.
Incredible. Well done.
I
So
don't
you
feel
can
bad.
all mark a
Dripping out of
level
my
of
ears.
exhaustion. Now, for those of you wondering, what is the new levels of exhaustion? I'm so glad you asked. The new levels of exhaustion are now 10 levels. And anytime you roll a d20, you just subtract whatever level of exhaustion you have from the d20.
Oh, it's not in
So
our.
is my spell save DC
yeah.
now 15?
And
it's
your
still
spell
up
save
6.
DC goes down by 1.
Our sheets don't have. They have
No,
still
it's
have it as 1 to
playtest.
6.
It's playtest. This is not actual
Okay.
rules. This is
Do we
playtest.
still have the same disadvantages as level 1?
What do you mean?
Well,
Whatever
like,
the current levels of exhaustion rules that are listed there? No, you do not have that. So,
Level 1
like,
to
you normally would have, like, level 1 to 7. And then, like, you are, like, slowed, or you've got, like, minus to only ability checks. You have disadvantage. No. None of
What
that.
do we have
None of that's
then?
in play. It's only 1.
only one what?
Only 1 level
Minus
of
1 to
exhaustion.
him.
1 minus from every time you roll a d20. So, ability checks, saving throws, attack rolls, minus 1.
That sucks.
Whatever level of exhaustion you have.
So then what? No, so wait, so What?
So what was the
So listen,
the number we had to pass?
you needed a 12.
Oh, okay.
That's all you needed.
Kidding me?
Sorry, darling.
If you have a level of exhaustion and you roll a d20, you check what level of exhaustion you have, 1 to 10, and you subtract your level of exhaustion from your d20. Right now, you all have level 1 exhaustion, which means when you roll a d20, you subtract 1. If you make a save, if you make an attack roll, if you do an ability check, it's -1. And then if you cast spells, so in the case of Dallan and Devii, your spell save DC also goes down by 1 because you have that too. That's it. They're very easy to understand now. It's just minus whatever level of exhaustion, spell saves, and d20s. That's it. Okay.
If you want to have a good way to keep track of your exhaustion, just add a new item in your inventory that is just the level of your exhaustion.
Or you can use the current levels of exhaustion to 7. Because I don't think you're going to get more than that in this game.
Hopefully not.
Yeah. The most levels of exhaustion I think anyone's gotten in this game has been 3.
Mm.
And that was in the tests.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Outside trials, we didn't get anything, I think. More than 1.
How does one find...
It's under conditions, top right. Go to conditions and then click.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone all right?
I'm just
Mute
side
it
dodging.
again.
I'm just
can't
dodging
hear you.
everything.
I can't hear you through the blood that's pouring out of my ears.
Is this what it feels like to be an ant?
Ooh, Velen got like a
God,
17 with your bonus. Good shit.
All that pressure.
I got a 26 because I rolled a 19.
Let me see, my d20 touched the 19 and it sat there for half a second. I was like, and then it rolled to the 5.
I got a 22, but I'm just gonna act like, oof. It's still cold, you know?
I'm like picking ice shards.
I'm just matrix dodging the ice.
I think that, yeah, it would be mostly the water. So what would end up happening is probably get pelted by ice rather than the water soaking your clothes. And the rest of you are just affected by the soaking water. You're just like, oh my god, it's so cold.
Cal, you okay there?
Did you say something? Hold on.
Are you okay?
What?
Are you okay?
I have no idea what you're saying right now. I don't know.
Is that me?
Is he talking or is he like taking a piss out of me?
Guys,
Why
you
not
can all hear me, right?
Goldie, she's role playing.
I can't hear
Oh.
anything.
Oh my god! I'm so used to internet problems. I thought.
Jodie, do you have inspiration? Because please, you can take it for that. That was wonderful.
I'm so used to internet problems. I thought it was my internet again.
Well, I want double inspiration then.
You can give it to someone else. Maybe you should give it to Goldie for his suffering.
I'll give it back to Goldy, even though he gave me the bloody thing in the
I already have one. You give it to someone else.
Okay, who doesn't have inspiration? You can have it. Cari.
Yay!
Dallan just burned it on his second failure.
Let's.
Or
just
either
get
Cari or
Cari
Dallan
on.
can have it. You can decide between yourselves.
Rock, paper,
Let's
scissors. Ready?
Rollies.
Wait.
Okay.
Okay.
One. On
Wait,
three,
wait,
we'll
wait,
start.
You guys just
We'll go
roll
1, 2,
for it.
3. Rock, paper, scissors.
This is D&D. No rock, paper,
Okay.
scissors. Roll
Okay.
a dice.
Oh.
1,
Okay.
2, 3. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Fuck.
No,
I
because
did a
it's
rock.
a name. That's
Couldn't
not
see
To be
it.
fair, rolling
You
the
get it.
dice would make more sense
get it.
here.
No.
It's
All right,
fun,
fine.
it's
What do I know?
Plus, this is in D&D. This would be
Okay,
Boulder
so I did
Parchment
the
Shears.
inspiration.
Boulder Parchment Shears.
Yeah.
10 minutes.
We're
in,
gonna
I've already
sideshow a
messed up.
good junkin. Oh. I go the shop.
Here, I will.
1, 2, 3
I will
would be
server mute you.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm just gonna carry on as if I'm still doing that. Guys, you can all hear me, right? Just like poke cat on the cheek.
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear you?
Apparently so.
I would like to use disgruntledly start approaching the whale.
You walk like 5 paces to the edge of the dock.
Can I like stick my foot out and try to touch the ship that we're supposed to be stepping onto?
It's too far away.
Oh. Do we have to get a boat or swim over to it then?
It's kind of like a little ways away. I'd say probably like a couple feet, like maybe 30 feet or so. It's like it's spaced away from the docks. Ring the bell, and it spoke to you first, and that's about it.
Okay.
Gotta swim.
Yes. Oh, I'll just risk. You said you rang, so I'll just continue and go. Yes.
Are you the what's it called?
Ankajuk.
Oh, we supposed to ride the narwhal over.
Yes, I am. Ankajuk.
Ooh, that's loud.
It took way too long to say that last.
Because he's so big, the big you are, you usually have that. It's a weird effect.
Can we ride you to the other bell?
For what purpose?
To get to safety? This is an island and without civilization, so we won't go to the other side to get food and rest.
You kind of see it kind of wheel around in the water just a slight bit, so it bobs its eye above the surface to kind of take a gander at you before submerging again.
That's a big eye. This thing is so big.
Why do you brandish weapons at this place?
For protection. There are many creatures who would try to kill us and eat us for food. Like yetis.
Every sound that he makes sounds like a creaking boat.
Mm-hmm. Devi's like cocking her head like. Yep.
Am I supposed to take this request at your words alone?
At your alone?
At your words.
How else are you gonna take it?
Trust is a funny thing.
Devii.
Yes?
Tell him we can pay him. We're not going to expect him to ride for free. We can pay.
Do you take payment?
What is payment? Perhaps.
Food?
Ah, yes, the pod is hungry, as am I.
Wait, what?
The pod?
What? I know what a pod is. I'm like, what? Are we supposed to give them to eat? We don't have, like, whale food on us.
Devii, they are so...
carry around whale food all the time.
Devii, they are so big. Like, if we gave them everything we actually had, like everything we could possibly have, it would still not be enough.
Do you like secrets?
Even worse than the walrus situation.
1 second.
What is keeping you from letting us ride on you? What do you want in return?
You see, I've been hunted for a very long time.
Well, we definitely don't want to hunt you. You can roll an insight check.
What's been hunting you?
Fisherman.
Sherman.
What was
Charmin.
Fisherman.
Fisherman.
And you can see that the eye comes
Sherman.
up. And I'm sure this is something that's a bit lost to most of you, but Goldy has always had a fishing tackle with him.
Oh my gosh.
And
Oh, for fuck's sake! So he's looking.
he's
giving Goldy the
been
side eye.
staring down at Goldy, but the hard thing is that you're not quite sure what this individual whale has been staring at because the eye is about as big as you are. So it looks pretty immutable as to where the direction is besides your group.
I guess I catch his glance. I'm not going to hunt you. I'm not one to catch anything so big. I come from a line of fishermen, but we catch fish like the size of our hands. Something to eat. Even if we caught you, we would waste so much, and we're not ones to waste.
The amount of times I've heard this is a lot.
Do you have any wounds that need repair?
Come to think of it, no.
Oh. I can heal. That my idea goes up the window.
Does the well have any barnacles or parasites?
yeah.
We could remove those.
Or any of your narwhal friends?
They build character.
Well, they don't, but okay.
I'm just gonna like sit cross-legged at the very edge of the dock and just say, listen, look, I understand your distrust and all, but trust begins with a leap of faith. Now, I can tell you all day that I mean you no harm, but like, we are stranded here. I can't do anything to you as is. We have nothing around us.
Why don't
It's gonna take
you
a leap of faith
leave
for
your
you to
fishing?
take us.
Also, I think we're
Goldy.
too small to actually do any damage to you.
Would it help if I just like
leave your-
took the fishing line? If you want, you can literally put it in your mouth and give it to me once we reach the other side.
Don't tell him
That
to pull
help?
it in his mouth. Just
Can't you just get into this fishing pool?
can't you just leave it here?
I'm very partial with my stuff, thank you.
You see, it's very interesting to me how easy it is to request trust when there is no risk for you.
I mean, you could.
How about
I mean, if we try to pull any shit while we're riding on you, you can just drown us.
Yeah.
Do you know where we are? Like, this place is extremely dangerous. That's why we rang the bell.
However,
Like this.
I would be willing to test the mettle of a fisherman for a trip.
Okay.
If you can catch an octopus, I will take you.
Huh?
How does that prove that we're not going to attack you?
Because you want to eat an
Because
octopus?
it's particularly tasty.
Ah, okay.
It's hungry.
And
Do you
they're
know
very
how-
difficult
how-
to catch.
Exactly. Like, they are very strong.
I think he means the big ones, not the little ones.
Yeah, not the little ones.
Not a
Okay,
giant
I'm just-
one,
Have you
though.
seen
A
it?
normal size octopus will do.
Where's the dude? What's
Do
the
you
name
know
of
the-
the guy that's with us? The walrus.
Kuma?
Akuma?
Kuma?
Ah, Akuma, do you see any?
Oh my god, he's still with us.
Oh, you were gonna say something. Sorry. Also,
No, you
he's
go
our
first,
friend, and we didn't attack him.
Yes. I was mostly fed by them. I don't know why they're being particularly stingy with food right now.
We don't have.
You don't have any.
You ate all
kinda gave you-
that we had.
You
That's
ate
not my
it.
fault. I'm very happy.
Do you know where an octopus or octopi are? Like, if you took us to them, would that be enough at least?
Ongajuk and the walrus. Akuma. There we go. Both respond at the same time. In the water, of course.
Okay, give me a second. I immediately turn around to look at all of you. Look, catching an octopus isn't out of the question. It can be done, but it requires a lot of manpower. Like, a lot of spears and a lot of hitting our target. They are extremely strong.
Breker starts flexing. This kind of manpower.
Goldie, I would like you to
is.
give me a wisdom check.
Mhm.
And
Me?
you may
Do they
use
like being
your
around sunken treasure?
Harry.
What?
Do
Sorry.
you you can, if you're proficient with your fishing stuff, you can add your proficiency bonus and your wisdom score to your d20.
Wait,
if you got-
was this to me?
Yes, to you.
Okay, sorry.
So just look at any of your skills if they've got wisdom and no proficiency. If you don't have proficiency with your fishing stuff, if you do have proficiency with fishing stuff because of your stuff, then you can just find a wisdom skill that does it, or you can make up a fishing skill on your character sheet.
I don't have it. I have to make it up.
Okay, you can just roll d20 and add it manually as well, if you like.
Okay.
Do you have proficiency in fisherman stuff? I think we might have given it to you.
Roll a flat 20.
Okay, then add
Hold on.
your wisdom score to that, your wisdom bonus, and then add your proficiency bonus.
+3. Yeah, that's pretty decent.
What's your proficiency bonus?
It is 18. Oh, my bonus is +3, but the grand total of the roll and that is 18.
Well, that's if you only add your wisdom. Right? Your wisdom's a +3?
Yes.
So what's your proficiency bonus?
Wait, for fishing, I don't have the fishing part.
I thought you were proficient with fishing.
No, it's not here.
Let's just add it anyways. I think it makes sense here.
Let me add
break
it
a
now.
20.
Add custom. Sorry, this is gonna take a minute.
No, you just tell me what's your proficiency bonus. It's listed there in your character sheet.
But for which one?
Just it says proficiency on your character sheet.
It's on the top, close. You have strength, dexterity, constitution.
Oh,
Look
4.
more towards the right. Yeah, there you go. 4.
Okay, so 4 plus 3 is 7. 7 plus 15 is 22. Yeah, so you meet the 20 DC. All right. You know
Sorry.
from your dad telling you stories while you're fishing that catching octopi can be caught in the frozen north because they very much, like normal people, like to eat knucklehead trout. There are seasoned hunters for them. But the catch is any hint of light will deter them. So they really like dark places. Advantageous for you is the serious condition that exists these days, which is only the aurora gives any light these days. So, and you're in luck because it's not like the 2 hours of dim light at all. So it's just dark all the time. So as long as you're not fishing with a torch nearby, you should be able to find one. As long as you use your normal bait that is either a knucklehead trout itself or a bait that knucklehead trout like. because they're both attracted to the same thing. So what you would basically need to do is catch another fish to use as bait, and then once you catch a big enough fish, you can use that to catch the octopus.
Great. All right, I'm gonna read that information to everyone. Everyone got that? I have to get an knucklehead trout first, and then go to a place without any light, and then go get a squid. You know what? Let me ask him. Hey, by chance, do you have a knucklehead trout? Just randomly?
For no apparent reason.
My pockets.
I'm actually hoping that he tucked it away in his mouth to eat later. I hope it's like something like that.
A chipmunk with the nuts.
I'm just gonna say,
Yes,
we have a
yeah.
polymorph spell, right? We can turn mesh into a knucklehead trout.
He will be eaten.
Could turn mesh into an octopus.
He will
Did you
be
say he'll
eaten.
be eaten? Is that a problem?
I don't see a problem with this.
But
Technically, I could
literally
probably do
breaks
that
it
myself
for us.
without
Yeah, you
polymorph.
could actually.
Oh god.
Oh,
Okay, I'm assuming that he didn't happen to the knucklehead trout, did he? Okay, that's fine.
I should
I'm hoping the side of his mouth, just like, I don't know, I'll eat this later, I guess.
Devii will walk over to the dog sleds, grab the augury, and walk over to Goldy and hand him auger.
What?
The big giant screw thing that makes a hole in the ice.
Is that what it's called?
Auger?
It's
Ice
called an
auger?
auger, yes.
Yes. Thank you.
Wonderful.
All right,
If you
let me
said
just check
ice
something
screwdriver, we would have known what you
fairly
meant.
soon. I
Oh,
kept
the
at
giant
least
ice
one.
screwdriver thing.
Okay.
It's more like a corkscrew, isn't it? Not a screwdriver.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like one
Right.
of those things that takes the corks off of wine bottles.
I shall take this, but I will temporarily give it back to you afterwards.
No, it's not mine. You can keep it.
Oh.
I mean, I bought it, yes, but it's ours.
I'm gonna go over there, dig a hole. That's all right. Whatever. I'm just gonna fish. Is it okay if I just take the rations and just literally put, say...
You don't need much of the rations if that's what you want to use, right?
Well, I was thinking like probably the dry fruit would be the most sensible thing.
Or the dried fish.
That's
Your
not
knucklehead
included in
trout?
this. That's fine then.
It's like fish and nuts up here.
Oh yeah, I think we said that it was fish because there's like
I'm always fishing nuts.
the rations say like dried nuts and
Give me your
fruit
inspiration.
and stuff, but because we're in a place with no fruit, I think he said it would be like knucklehead trout.
Wait, can we use that then? To bait?
I already said yes, yeah.
Okay.
Give me an animal handling check. Or if you have
Okay.
proficiency. Actually, if you don't have proficiency in animal handling, just run animal handling and then add your proficiency. I don't know what your character sheet says.
I do have it.
Then just roll that.
17.
Yeah, surprisingly, you get a bite immediately. Like, it does not take any time at all. The fish is just not very big. It's like an average size knucklehead trout before it grows up. It's maybe about as big as a smallmouth bass, probably about that big. Sizable for what you would consider a casual fisherman, but for you, catching something this small fast is like a sign that there's a lot of these and not a lot of good things. You're like, well, crap, we might be in dire straits for an octopus, but this is a start. So you catch this in about 10 minutes. So while other people are kind of moving around, watching you fish, getting set up, takes you about the same amount of time to set up as it does to catch the fish. A couple lures, couple tosses, you get one. You pull it in, you gut it, you get some blood going, and you cut real deep so it doesn't freeze. And then you make sure that it will bleed a little bit longer despite the cold and stay alive, so you throw it right back in. Give me another fishing check. And let me know if it's odds or even.
6, 9, 12 in total with everything added up.
Okay, so you notice that parts of it are getting bites, but none of them are enough to land the hook. So about half of your fish is gone after about 30 minutes, but you still have your bait. And this is another 30 minutes of fishing goes by, so we're up to 40 minutes now.
Great.
What are we doing whilst he's doing that?
I would have asked.
All of you
Tiny
prepare
hut.
it's just in case. For all I know, that this thing's going to be very feisty, and you're going to have to at least like hurt it,
Prepare beds?
bleed it.
You'll notice that the
No.
Ongajuk
I'm prepared for
and
bed.
Ongajuk's pod is now flurrying throughout the water, and seems that they're sort of scaring away some of the potential bait because it's drawn in quite a crowd. So there's like lots of big fish going after your bait now, but they're kind of eating the scraps that the other ones have been nibbling off smartly. And
They're trying to
so
eat it?
now the narwhals are sort of scaring off the bait a bit because they're afraid that they're not going to get anything.
Perhaps we should move away a little bit. Maybe
Yeah,
go, I don't know, at least to 30 to 50 feet, just, I don't know, due east. Just a little bit away from all this.
Up the coast a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you change
Like
spots.
stay within the coastline. Sorry?
So you're changing spots?
Yes, just
Okay.
to get away from then so that the water is still.
Okay. Give me another roll.
Okay.
Okay,
20 dirty.
Okay, so even. Okay. As you do, you notice that Chalcedony and the party members kind of let you be, maybe being through impatience or other things, but what you notice is that Chalcedony's torch has been something you kind of have forgotten about. And you move over here, and you notice the water very slightly moving before you just get a bite, and it almost yanks you in. Give me one more check, this time athletics, to make sure you don't get pulled in.
Okay. Oh god. 14.
That is enough. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to make this a standard DC. I'm going to roll against you.
Oh god. Do you mind if I did just scream out loud to everyone? I got a bite.
Okay. I got a -1, so you yank this thing out. However, this is like 2 or 3 small ones instead of a big one. Do you want to throw it back in, or do you want to pull the small ones out?
Let's keep all of them. Let's make it like a bit bigger bait.
Okay, so you just chuck it back in. Give me another fishing check, this time with advantage.
Okay. There we go. Okay. Okay. 26.
Almost immediately when it hits the surface of the water, you see tentacles breaching and grabbing the bait. Give me a strength check.
Guys?
This time
How
you've
big
got
is it?
advantage because it's big. It's real big, but you're getting advantage because you see the tentacles before the pull hits. And you're ready for it because you know fishing.
Crit.
Are there
20,
tentacles
27 though.
flailing
Joel-
around?
How do you pull out a giant octopus?
I see it, just step my little legs in and just I pull so hard, my eyes closed, pulling up like a 60-degree angle stick from here to here, and I just literally launch it overhead, landing right behind me without me even realizing it until I hear the thud.
Goldy pulls this thing out. You see this thing about as big as he is, maybe a bit bigger once it's like at full form, but once it slops up on the deck, it's much smaller because it's flat. But once he pulls this octopus out, you hear the line snap the second this thing finishes getting hit on this thing. It wraps its tentacles around and snaps the thing. What are you guys doing? It's trying to crawl off the deck.
Guys, get ready. I get
Getting a crossbow.
I'm taking
Are we
my
like trying
spear
to
out.
stop it?
I want to grapple the octopus.
Okay.
Don't grapple the octopus. Why don't you grab
I
the
would
octopus?
just like,
I've seen these
for
videos.
the sake of this,
before.
everyone roll
I
d20.
don't know. What? Everyone?
Everyone.
Why?
No attack rolls, no nothing. Just roll d20.
Oh my god.
I feel like I know where this d20 is going.
5.
And
I told you guys.
I'll roll
I
for
told
Dallan,
you
too.
guys to be ready.
You said I have to get a -1 on every d20.
Right.
Vanvalor was specifically not ready.
Why weren't you all ready?
Okay.
Because fishing is boring and takes too long.
I was ready.
Look at
I'm
this
standing
thing.
right next to you. I was ready to.
Yeah.
I was gonna help, but now you're moaning at
I'm
me. I
only
don't know
kidding.
now.
I'm-
It's like,
You
well,
guys
kidding, I'm
don't
kidding.
have a level of failure here because all the successes have been taken place. But what ends up happening here is really only a couple of you can pull off one of the arms. Like, there's 8 of them and there's 6 of you, and most of you are having these tentacles wrapping around you that you can't pull off. And Vanvalor just like straight up comes in with his slicey upper instrument and just kind of like makes it look easy and takes care of business. And Breker is struggling to get this thing off his armor, and he's kind of gotten the idea that he wants, that he's grappling the creature, but it's like this mutual thing. You're like, we both hate each other, but I'm grabbing you and you're grabbing me, and nothing's really being accomplished here.
You need to take your rapier.
And Velen is just like
and
getting very
poke it in the
disgruntled, and you can just hear the loudest laughter from
Poke it
the
through the
ocean
eyeball.
just vibrating the dock as Angajuk bellows. Good, a meal for all, and maybe even for the octopus. You may ride, you have provided me with much entertainment.
Wait,
I'm so glad we're doing this. But by
what
the
do you
way,
mean,
what
baby, for
happens?
the octopus? What was that last part?
What happens to Cal? He got a 3.
I mean,
What
you're
happens
all
to
wrapped
Cal?
up with the octopus if you didn't get over a 10. So
Ugh.
Cal's got
Mash, but
a tentacle
you
wrapped
get?
around.
I got a 4, but I wasn't even going to go towards it. I was just going to shoot a crossbow and try to pin it with it.
yeah, you just missed. Just like,
Yeah.
like, well,
Ugh.
I did my part. So whatever
Hey,
you're trying
look,
to do,
we
if you
got-
didn't hit a 10, then you didn't.
Got
I
you a
rolled for Velen,
squid.
she didn't do anything, and I'll roll for Cari.
Ugh.
Oh, Devii was able to do whatever she was intending, so I'm gonna say she probably just like stepped on one. Like, I got one.
Or did
Yo,
How-
we got you a squid. He's basically incapacitated with us, so how about you deal with it from this point?
It won't take
I don't know,
long.
maybe
This
the-
thing's out of the water. You guys can probably handle it yourselves. It's just a matter of what happened right after it got pulled out. So you guys will end up getting it to him, and whatever you want to do. You got weapons, you got time, and numbers. Angajuk will eat the main one, and all the small little extra bits in our walls will kind of split up and eat after you gut it a little bit, so it doesn't move around. But yeah, well done. Congratulations. The giant Angajuk rises even further to meet where the boat can be almost walked and treaded onto evenly from the dock.
Now, what about the sleds?
Yeah.
The what?
Yeah.
The
The
sleds.
sleds and the dogs and the
They will
bear.
take a bit because the ship coming up is like where the edge of the ship is, where you lean over, like where your arms would be. So anything is going to need to be required to pull things down into the ship, but it does look like there's plenty of space to do so. And secondly, the dogs will have to jump in, which they're more than happy to do, as they've been pretty pent up for a while. But that it's not a difficult feat to get the dogs on. The sleds are a bit more of a different story. And the other interesting thing is once some of you have jumped onto the dock, it's already immediately been frozen over. In a certain sense, there's a very light rime since some of the seawater has started to crystallize. But as you know, seawater doesn't really freeze at the same rate or in the same way. It kind of just crystallizes in like this really weird slush. It's just very slippery. But it's odd. It's almost like it's kind of freezing, but as you stand on it, it separates from the ship itself, almost like there's something resisting it, and it's not just nature.
Okay. Can we go now? Everyone else okay with that?
Yeah, I've been keeping a lookout most of the time.
Okay, Mesh, just give me a perception check.
God, I got all this slime on me. Like, it's not water and it's not ice.
13 plus 3. So
It's
16.
mucus.
Oh.
What was it?
Ew.
16. Just don't want to be like bum rushed by a bunch of yetis again. Or that alpha we kind of missed.
You think the whale would just open his mouth and just let them all come in?
Okay.
Oh, hey, Devii. We're on the back of the whale. Oh, good. The music's
Looking
great.
around, you can see now that you're on the ship and the dogs are kind of moving around. Mesh is not really helping. He's watching. As he's kind of positioned somewhere near the front because the crow's nest seems to have been clipped and cut off, you start to look around the sperm whale. It is deeply scarred. Long gash marks across the fins. The back that is not covered by the ship at the very back end near the dorsal fin that goes up and down with the wave to try to balance you, to keep you guys even, has an extremely long set of about 6 gashes that all seem to have been taken place at one point, some parts deeper than others. And as you're looking at this, your only guess is that something just about as big as this massive creature has tussled with it at some point in history. Maybe because you're not really apt at like medicine, your guess is like this is a lot of scars to be taking place. Like, does this thing have like battles with other titans, or is this the result of fishermen attacks gone wrong? Is this ice giants that have been drowned by this creature in another life? You know, like, what is this? What happened here? And as some of these kind of illusions of grandeur, or maybe even potential nature beast kaiju battles run through your brain, that's when you see it. Rather, maybe you don't see it. You're looking at these things and kind of imagining these sequences and the dogs yapping and the scraping of all of the different things across the edges of the ship, push towards something far worse. In the sky, you hear the flapping of wings.
Oh,
As streaking
damn.
towards all of you is a bird the size of a tower. And you can
You
hear
got
it.
company.
Can I fire a spell off once it gets within 120 feet?
I
It
just want to
is
sleep.
cooking. We're talking like hundreds of feet in a dive bomb with a very small silhouette of something on the back of the creature with a lit blue aura around it. Roll for initiative.
Okay, yeah, because as soon as he gets to 120 feet, I was gonna do something, but I guess we don't have the luxury of doing that.
All right.
I'll
I
roll
am
again.
going to say
Damn it.
if I'm gonna run this by pen and paper today.
We don't have a rest. This is not good.
All I wanted was some sleep. Mr. Birdman, sir, can you leave us alone?
All right.
So close.
Initiative rolls. I have Breker at 18.
Oh. Oh, I gotta pull up.
Goldie at a
Nice.
7. Goldie, if you
No,
read
it's
your
actually
character
full-
sheet,
full-
you should have advantage on this.
Where's the 7 coming
Right?
from?
So you got the 14.
Mine was for 14. I forgot to roll for
I see. You
advantage, so I
rolled
just
twice.
rolled it twice.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Okay.
Where's the 7? I'm 23.
Right.
I thought we was rolling for initiative. What are we doing?
We are rolling for initiatives.
Got a 23 for Chalcedony. And 8 for Vanvalor. 11 plus whatever we got for Noodle. Felon. What does she got?
Hi.
Just put me at the top. 28.
28 for Mesh. Cari, what'd you get?
I only got
19.
9 of these.
Dallan got a 12. Devii got a 19. And I will roll secretly the other initiatives.
I was so close to a perfect initiative. I rolled a 19.
Let's see. Cari, since you missed a big chunk, can you roll for Ongajuk?
Yeah. I definitely missed a butt chunk.
Oh my god, we're about to see some
I rolled a
flying
12.
fish.
12.
Okay. I'm missing a stat block. Just stand by. Almost got it. There it is. Oh, fuck me. It's the other thing. Okay. It's this one.
Burger time. Do we have any seed, guys? We might have something going here.
That makes it easy. Okay.
Stupid bird.
You got a 12 on Ongajuk, Cari, or is it 13?
12.
Okay. Ongajuk has an 11 then.
Oh, I don't want to open Microsoft Publisher.
Okay, so the order will be this, then this, and then this, this, Mesh Cow, Devii, then Breker. Okay. All right, top of the order, Mesh. What are you doing? This thing is about. I need to find some range. 1 second. It is about. You're Your guess is somewhere past the 200-foot range. You're not quite sure.
Okay,
Anything past like 200 to 300 feet's like hazy.
I'm
But
just taking out my.
the reason I say that is because the fog extends to 60 feet. So like, or 200 feet. So like anything past 200 feet, you have just hazy imagery. The main thing that gives this away is the screech, the very small pinprick of light, and the flapping of wings becoming deafening because it's getting closer.
I'm taking out my rat bow, which is the laser rifle.
Okay.
It has a 300 feet.
Fucking forget that we have those.
Secondary range of 300 feet, so it can hit it, but I'm guessing it's disadvantage because too far.
Well, it should be disadvantage because you're not proficient with a weapon. Or maybe you just don't get to add your proficiency bonus. Maybe that's just
yeah.
what it is.
I don't get my proficiency yet.
Okay, so roll with disadvantage
It
because
is-
of the fog, because you can't actually see it correctly.
Yeah, it's the secondary range, not the first range. So anyway, it would be
And
disadvantage.
then you can just roll to hit with it.
Did I give you my initiative, Rob?
Yeah,
Oh.
you did.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait.
19?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Oh. Okay. This is good. This
Cari,
is good.
Cal, Dallan, and who else had exhaustion? I didn't subtract those numbers.
Oh, I didn't
had
do that, so mine would be.
No, I didn't either.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, mine was a
-7.
-1. So then mine.
18 to hit, Rob.
Okay, I don't think it actually changed in the initiative order, so it's fine. 18 to hit
Okay.
is a hit. Roll damage.
Yeah. 20,
Yes.
22.
Actually, you know what? Roll me a d20. You don't know what you're hitting.
Okay.
Please just kill it.
11.
Okay.
Okay. It's a 3d8. That's my other d8. Okay.
That's the AoE too, right? It's an explosion.
No, it's
No.
a single shot. Okay, that's not good. 2, 1, and 6. So 9 plus 4, 13 damage. No sneak attack. Using bonus action to take cover behind, I don't know, the mast or something.
Sure.
Hiding, so that would be plus 10, 26 to hide.
Okay. Cal, you're next.
I have.
Also, you
I
need to
don't
mark
ha-
off
is
one
it-
of the charges, Mesh.
I did.
Am I meant to be seeing a map or anything? No. Okay. In which case, I would like to try my best. How high above? Is this still really high above us? Like
You
more
can
than 20
barely
feet
see an
above us?
outline in the fog.
We can barely see an outline.
Correct.
Dang.
It's radiant damage, by the way. Okay.
Yeah, I got it. Thank you.
I can only do one of two. I can't.
You said you had a 15 to hit, Mesh? Or is it a 16?
6. I rolled
It was
a 14
18.
plus 14 plus 4, 18.
Oh, because of your dexterity?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So if I can't see, yeah, I wouldn't be able to see it anyway because I don't have like we're in the dark, right? So how would I be able to see it?
It's
Because
not
it has a
nighttime dark,
light source.
right?
It has a very dim
Okay,
light
okay.
source. Yeah, that's why I'm giving you a
It
little bit
has-
of a shape. It's a shape
Oh,
and hidden by the mist. So it's like, think of this as like a very obscured creature that is like, oh, I can see that something's there, but it's very vague.
Okay, so I just noticed. Oh, okay.
And it's
so,
way out in the sky. But Mesh has pointed it out to all of you, and that's why we're rolling initiative.
Okay,
And
yeah.
you
There's no
saw me shoot.
Yeah, because
There's
of
no
the-
chance of me being able to hit it, basically. What the fuck I meant to do? Hang on a sec, sorry.
Don't you also have the bow, the laser rifle?
Yeah, wasn't I given one of those laser rifles? Was it?
It's not in your inventory.
Even
You
then,
don't have it.
Huh?
If it's not in your
If it's not
inventory,
in my
you don't have it.
Well, let's see if it is in my inventory. Did I not put it in here? Or maybe I don't have it. I don't know if I... no, it is! It's in there! No! It is in there! Yeah, I have a laser rifle.
And you need to equip it.
And now it's equipped. I'm gonna have it.
Sweet.
And the thing is, even if I use this laser rifle, I'm just not seeing that I could be able to hit it. Because you're saying I can barely see it and it's really far. That's why I don't know. Is it more than... Is this range 100 feet or is this 100, 300 in brackets?
So the 100 is the ideal range, and the second range is where the shot can reach, but it'll be a disadvantage. So think of this as like shooting outside of your ideal range of something. You have 2 ranges.
Is it more than 100 feet away?
Oh yeah, for sure. If you're proficient with a weapon, or even not proficient with a weapon, like you know how bows work. Most things that are within like 100-ish feet is like prime picking range. So
would I be proficient with this since it's
no
a range? Are you sure?
It's alien technology. No.
Oh, it's alien. Oh, okay.
It's from space.
Alien technology.
Space.
Yes, I know how to fire peanut butter and jelly sandwiches out of my fist. Yes. Exactly.
Okay. I want to then ready a...
The octopus cannon from
Can I
Minion.
ready it? Can I ready it?
So you
when
want
it
to
comes
hold
with
your
it...
action until you can see it within the ideal range? Is that what you want to try to do?
Yeah, is that possible?
Sure. First
Yeah,
of all,
I
you're
would
going to have to
love
give me
to-
an Arcana check to see if you can fire the gun. But that'll come later, okay?
Later?
When you want to
Okay,
hold
so
the
I'll
action
ready
and
the
fire the gun,
Later.
just remind me when that happens, or when it comes in
Okay.
the ideal range. You can ask me, and I'll say yes or no. And then
Yeah,
we'll
I'll-
roll an Arcana check to see if we can shoot the gun, okay?
Yeah, I think that's a better
Right. So
idea.
you're going to hold your
and
action until 100 feet. Excellent. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Devii.
Okay, how close? Sorry, I know that you're asking that. How close is the bird and everything?
You don't know.
I don't know.
All you know is that fog is within 200 feet, minimum, maybe maximum, you don't know, but the fog is obscuring this thing's entirety.
Did someone cast fog, or was that natural?
No, that's what you guys have been dealing with since you arrived.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
You just
But we can
have been
obviously see
inside
it
of the
coming
island.
towards us.
Yes, as previously stated.
But I can't. It's not even within 120.
No.
Okay. I for some reason thought it was closer, so I didn't really factor in that. So I suppose I'd like to use my classy drive 2 more of these per day. The emboldening bond as an action. We're using the peace domain thing that you said. And everybody within 30 feet of me, you choose a number of willing creatures.
Cari, aren't you doing this as the opposite to that?
Oh, bugger.
Remember?
Oh, it's not written here, so I forgot that's the case. Yeah. I copied what we said, but it doesn't... Yeah, sorry. Okay, in that case... many things to do. But if I do this, it lasts for an hour, so it'll at least give me something to do. I'll summon Shadow Spawn.
What does it look like?
And I have to cast it at 4th level. Basically, out from Devii bursts this horrifying visage of the banshee that she's had before. Giant black wings coming out of it, very gaunt faced version, more gaunt than she actually already is.
Does it come from your tattoos?
No, it just kind of bursts from her.
Okay.
And gets larger, and I will use the I'll use the despair version of it. I don't know if I have to declare which one. Choose an emotion. Yeah, okay.
So these are something that you can rewrite on your own, but yeah.
Yeah. I'll write down that it's despair, but basically right now it's just gonna hover around me.
Okay.
It can't really do any. Let's see, action. It goes after me.
Well, if you're content with your turn, then you can just have it do something or command it to do something here.
Yeah, it goes after me. Where is this movement speed? Armor class. Speed is 40 feet, so I suppose it's going to move 40 feet towards them.
Who's them?
We can see a giant bird flying towards us in a light. Someone on its back holding a light, so it's going to fly towards them.
Okay. In the air.
Yeah,
Got
it'll be in the air. And then, I'm assuming it's a spirit, so it can fly, but I could be wrong.
If it says fly speed, then it says fly speed. If it says speed, it's just walking.
Oh, then never mind. It's not going to do that. It'll just have to stay with us.
Oops.
Sorry, this is the first time I've used this.
Some of them have fly speed, so you just have to check it.
Yeah. Okay, it's just going to stay here for now.
Great.
It's concentration up to an hour, so it's here.
Excellent. Okay, just make sure you remember that for concentration checks. Moving right along. Breker.
Breker's gonna yell at Ankajuk, dive, get us out of here.
Okay.
Wait, what?
I would like you to actually do an ability check for this. Which ability are you using in the charisma category here?
Persuasion.
Ooh,
Okay.
$20.
Okay, we will see the result of your check in Ankajuk's turn. Very good.
Am I doing anything else, or is that
So,
it?
I just want to be clear. You told Angajuk to dive with all of you on the ship. Under the water?
Yep.
Have you managed to get everything, all the sleds and dogs on?
Yes, I'll say you guys are wrangling the last little bits as this thing seems to be coming in. There's maybe some stragglers, but at the end of this initiative order, we're going to say that at the end of the round, everything's finished. Yeah, Cari, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Goldy, your turn. Mr. Fishman.
Could I ready an action with my spear? But basically a spear. If the whatever it is comes within range of me to attack, I would like to throw my spear at it.
Okay. Sounds good.
That's all I'm gonna do for the time being.
This is the wrong track. Sag.
Sorry, I said spear. I meant javelin.
Okay.
Yes, I meant the javelin. My apologies. Yes, that's all I'm going to do right now, so I can't do anything else.
All right, it is the rock's turn.
All right, Dwayne Johnson, get on with it.
You couldn't resist, could you?
At first sight, this rock seems to be what you would expect. And then the mist and the snowy forming fog seems to just roll off of it all at once as it emerges like the whale did from the water through the fog. Icy white feathers blistering through the sky with what looks to be a mound of snow with an owl's face riding on the nape of the neck. A sky titan with 200 feet wingspan. The creature dwarfing the distance between you two just temporarily seems to be about the size of the creature as it moves and cuts through, immediately closing the gap in a single round. It is on top of the whale. And then you see the large, giant-like creature with the owl's mask kind of raise as this cloak of snow just extends and a talon reaches out. I believe she's hungry. And you just see the hand open up, and they will cast Hold Person at 4th level.
Are they within 5 feet of me?
Yes, so before this happens, there's a bunch of held actions that are going to go off. So we're going to do that first. So the thing is, no one really determined what they were targeting, so I'm going to say that the rock closed the distance first and is the only thing you can see on the way in. So any held actions are going to hit the rock, if that's okay.
Well, we didn't
Rob?
say what because we didn't know what it was.
Exactly. So because the creature, as its gap closing, is very large, I'm going to say that's the thing that you see first. So that's what the reactions are going to hit. So let's do everything in order. So the first held action.
In all fairness, I have something bad for everybody.
It's okay,
Weight
Cari.
of
Well,
Sorrow, Despair.
Cari, you were last. So we're going to do your action last because the initiative is how we're going to...
I didn't hold one, though. It's something with people starting their turn within 5 feet.
Wait, what?
Of me.
What do you mean?
Well, then I'm 6 feet away from you.
I chose the Despair spirit.
Uh-huh.
It says any creature other than you that starts its turn within 5 feet of the spirit has its speed reduced by 20 feet until the start of that creature's next turn. So that probably affects them too.
I don't think you would have put it between you and...
I don't think I would have. I think I would have had it raised above us. If that's okay.
It's fine, Cari.
I just wanted to be fair. Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
it's all right. Okay, so let's go. Who was first? I think it was Cal, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, Cal, I would like you to give me an Arcana check, please, to see if we can fire this weapon.
Okay. Oh, probably not. Can I use my inspiration, though? Can I use it?
You can always use your inspiration.
I'd like to use my... Because that was a fire, and I'm guessing that's not sufficient. So I'd like to use the inspiration to roll again.
You'll never know, but you can roll.
Are you fucking kidding me? Get out of here with this shit! I rolled a 1! No, I probably can't fire it, so...
You've seen me use my one, so I don't know if you want to adjust something based on that.
No, that has nothing to do with that.
Practiced firing these, but obviously not. Like,
Yeah,
thankfully
I've never
that means that I
swam
don't
before,
have to...
but I watched someone swim. It doesn't mean I'll be able to swim.
Yeah, exactly.
I've seen
No, I
people play
thought we
basketball,
actually
and I'm
tried
shit
as
at
well.
basketball.
did we not? Oh no, okay.
This
Anyway,
one. Okay.
yeah.
So I need to figure out what the DC is here.
I'm
'Cause
guessing it's not
really
5.
there. But yeah, I'll figure it out the next time you do this. I just need to figure out what the penalty is. Okay, so you notice that the ticker on the back, you guys don't really know how to read it, but I think I'm gonna say that when you guys were with Torterra, he would have given you a key for numbers, and if your guess is that they tick down, that this would now go from a 30, or rather, I guess they would be both fired at least once in testing. This would have gone from a 29 to a 28. So a charge seems to have been wasted from the gun. And something seems to have fired off of it, but your guess is that it was like you aimed and you're like, okay, now. And then you kind of like shifted a little bit and like took a little while, and then you tried it again and it didn't do anything. So you just kind of got frustrated with it. And then like somewhere between the jostling and the frustration and like some of the things in the gun, you're not quite sure how it works, but it fired and it missed.
Okay.
So you're like, okay, I got to figure out how this thing fires and like what's the prerequisite for this thing to work.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's your held action. Who is the next held action?
I think it was me.
Okay. Is anyone's held action got longer range than yours?
I think
No,
there were
right?
only two.
No? Okay. So let's just do yours and then we'll do Devi's in order. So
I didn't have a held action.
Gotcha. Okay. So you do yours then. Oh, that's right, Cari. You were just trying to say the negative thing, right?
Rolling a hit. 7. Excuse me, 9.
You actually almost hit dead on. It just like is a bullet, and you just see this thing kind of just like use its beak and just kind of goes and like hits it right off of its beak, like dead center, just completely ignoring it. And it just kind of lands. And then
this thing made out?
The
bird
creature cast hold person. So I would like Devii, Breker, and I said 4th level, right? So that's 2nd, 3rd, 4th. That's 3 people. So Devii, Breker, Vanvalor, please make a wisdom saving throw.
22.
Can we get +5 from Breker E?
Yes.
15.
Okay, Devii?
I'm still 8. That's a 16.
Did you add Breker's bonus, yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
I rolled a 6, so yeah.
You see that the hand just closes, and the icy sphere that is around it is like a broken piece of glass, just kind of like and disappears before it can even touch ground. And then underneath the rime, beneath each of your feet, kind of just rapid crystallizing just all the way across your bodies. Devii, Vanvalor, you are frozen in place and you are paralyzed. Breker, you end up flexing and using your hammer to kind of deal with this threat in a very quick way, but it is very difficult to do, but you are not frozen.
Oh, and this has been fun for us.
Velen is next.
After committing crimes.
Oh, I went to the V's and I just selected Dallan's character on accident. Vanvalor curses. Okay. All right, I need to see if I prepared the spell that I thought she had. Vanvalor, roll me a d20. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna give you some bullshit here from Valen or not.
5 minus 1, 4.
Okay, that's a no then. Does this work on that? Okay. Who's the last in the initiative? Ongajuk? Ooh. What do we want to do here? All right, Valen's gonna do the only thing she knows how. Be a very good wizard. She pulls out the wand. He says, "Now listen here, bitch. We finally got this stupid ride, and you're gonna let my friends and I take a little ride on the waves of ice. Stop concentrating." And she uses like 3 charges of the wand, and that will do 3 plus 3, right? No, 3 plus 2. So that will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 concentration checks. She only needs to have 1 roll.
Yeah.
Fail.
Smart idea.
She passed 3 times, got a natural 20, and passed all 5 times.
That makes sense.
And that will be... Can somebody roll me 5d4? Breker, roll me 5d4. Or Dallan, you're frozen. Roll me 5d4.
Oh, I'll do something? Wow.
Yeah.
You're incapacitated.
5d4 plus 5.
Shit, bro, that's pretty good. 19.
Damn, that's good.
Yeah, 3,
All right, yeah,
3,
you just
3,
see these
4, and 1.
bolts just whiz past. And as these bolts fire through the air to hit the owl person with the horns and the cape of snow, you just see each of them pierce an arcane impact, and it sounds like it's hit the many targets it's hit before, some of them being you guys when you were trying to pull yourselves out of the trials like nasties, right?
Hmm.
And you just watch as the creature that's being hit by them, whatever it may be, doesn't even flinch. Just all this arcane force seemingly doing nothing. And with that, it is now Ongajuk's turn. And he roars.
Not Wait, what about my turn?
You're frozen, right?
Yeah,
Wait,
I just wanted
where's
to say
your
I was going to do nothing. Jeez.
Oh, what?
What did you roll on your initiative, man?
Wait, is it your turn? I thought it was my turn.
Oh,
I'm just
shit.
not going to do anything.
Your turn is after Ongajuk's.
Okay.
Is it all?
I'll still do nothing, but it's fine.
Why don't you do me a quick favor? We're gonna do we're gonna resolve your turn first. Roll the wisdom save again.
Wisdom. Oh my gosh, that's 18.
An 18?
Yeah.
That is a pass. You're no longer frozen. Cool. So at the end of your turn, you will be no longer frozen. Ongajuk roars out. Get off my humpback. I am not that kind of whale. And then you kind of feel this whole ship sway like a big wave, and it whips the tail. And the bird goes into the air, but only hovers above, and its talons seem to have not been in the ship anymore. And as this happens, Ongajuk starts speaking to Breker. I'm assuming you guys have shared names by now. Is that a fair assumption?
With Ongajuk?
Yes, by the time you've been loading. Is that fair enough? To say you've shared names with them? Okay. Breker, are you sure you're ready to go under the water?
As long as that bubble comes back.
You hear him take an abnormally long time because his girth is great and his lungs are greater, and he takes the deepest of breaths and plunges you out of initiative.
Yay.
Yay.
And as the cold water splashes up, you can feel this unbelievable relief and cold wash over your backs as you watch this massive blob of ice and snow. And Devii, you will eventually save out of the ability and being frozen.
Yeah.
But I want Devii, before I narrate further, please roll me a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage.
Well, that's a 2 and
Oh, jeez.
a 7. Switch die.
Cari, your character is under sheer terror at this moment.
Oh no.
As you plunge under the waters, you see, almost with the water itself, this wavering orb bubble just ripple and seal above the ship. And I have a handout for you.
Yeah. She can't move, but her eyes are like.
Oh yeah, isn't Devii scared of like, is Devii scared of like deep water or
As
something?
this teardrop-shaped orb goes above Ongajuk.
Oh, that
And
looks
there's your
amazing.
picture.
Wait, do we all get to see it?
It is shared with you in Roll20.
Oh,
I logged out of Roll20 because it wasn't loading.
If you would like to see it, I can also pull it up here.
Ongajuk is actually
Yeah,
a lot
I can
smaller
see it.
than I was imagining.
That picture is not necessarily true to size, but
Okay.
for what it's worth.
Okay.
So we can breathe.
Yeah, because that would be like. He would be quite small.
Oh my god, the amount of frustration we have to go through just
I'm gonna
for
see if I can
good
get a
night's
picture
sleep.
for chat here.
Yeah, I can't get anything.
Yeah. Can we show it to chat as
Cari,
well?
you can come into this room real quick if you want to see it on my iPad.
Okay.
It's really
I'm
cool.
assuming everyone's okay. I'm deliberately not looking at Devii at this moment.
Nice. I like it. I like the little narwhal next to it. Looks very happy.
All right, so again,
can
chat,
post
this
it
is
in
not true to
Discord.
scale, but
I can
there.
post it on Discord if you want.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah, because like this whale small is
Yeah, this
not that
picture
big,
is definitely
actually.
a bit truncated, but you get the picture.
Hmm.
Devii seems to have been lost in a stent of fear as you go back under the water. And
Dude, there's crabs.
yeah, there is.
It's cool.
Fuck yeah.
With that, we're going to take a quick break because I have to pee, and you guys had the closest of calls.
Mm-hmm. I like no
And
spells.
thank God.
Meanwhile, my banshee form is up there going.
Thank God that Breker doesn't need inspiration because he just bailed you the fuck out.
I know. Dude.
Using his action and making a very high persuasion score to pull this thing out of shock to go under the water was amazing. Because
That was
just
really
gonna say
great.
this above board. When that thing landed, Ongajuk was in PTSD and shock. So he needed a persuasion check to be jostled out of it.
Really?
And you guys went straight for the throat. So I was like, okay, here we go.
Oh, that's amazing.
I was hoping he was going to go down on his own because I didn't realize he was in PTSD.
Yeah, well,
Which
it
is
would have
where
taken
Devii
a
is
while.
now.
I would have said that Ongajuk had his turn and nothing happens. And you guys would have had to figure out what that meant. Yeah.
Right.
So I had a lot of fun things planned, but Breker smartly applied what he wanted to GTFO situation bad. Please help.
That was very smart.
Trouble
Thank
big.
you for bailing us out.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna give you guys some lobby music, Cari, and then I'll jump out.
Yay!
Okay. So we were talking about narwhals. Yeah, there were narwhals. And it reminded me of a story. I was once playing 20 questions. And I pride myself on being pretty good at 20 questions, and someone had a thing, and I had asked previously if it was real, right? That's like one of the first things you do. Is it real? Plant, animal, inanimate object. So I asked if it was real, and they said no. And we got all the way to 20, and I hadn't guessed it because I had no idea what it was. They're like, haha, you didn't guess. I was like, well, what was it? They're like, it's a giraffe.
What?
Huh?
This person was not aware that a giraffe was real.
You're making that up.
I am not making that up.
Probably
I am not making that up.
Yeah.
And
I
then,
believe him.
and
Are they
then
blind?
they said, well, I just saw pictures of them. Like, I didn't really understand that they were like a real animal. Because I don't know how this happens. We were like 15, right? So I can give it to him.
A 15-year-old can know giraffes are real. Cari.
But then they made a really good point. They're like, so you see two pictures, right? Things you've never seen before. One of them's a unicorn, and one of them is a giraffe. Which one of those, if you've never heard of either of them, are you going to believe is real out of the two?
The unicorn.
Right?
Okay, but for one,
The unicorn. It's just a horse with a horn, right?
There's actual photographs.
But then you see a giraffe.
And they're in the zoo.
Yeah, there's actual photographs of
They're in
it.
like zoos all over the world.
I have
There's
no
no
idea.
photograph of unicorns.
Yeah.
I have no idea how this
I mean,
Hello, Lion King, hello.
if you weren't like
I don't
exposed
I don't
to
have an
any of it,
explanation.
then of
I
course you
don't
would
have an
believe it.
explanation for this.
There's many animals that, if you think about it, seem like a giraffe.
This is so absurd.
It
And,
seems
like,
absurd. Yeah.
It's so absurd and long ago that I thought I was making it up, but I searched all over the internet to see if this was a story that I read, and it doesn't exist on there. I was like, because
So it's something that
I think about it sometimes, and I'm like, this last time before I told you guys, I was like, I gotta be making this up. This has gotta be like a fake
That
memory.
sounds like you've made
I'll tell
But
you
it's
a
not.
similar story that
It's
happened
fucking
to me
absurd. I
with
don't know.
Rob's mom.
But I feel like I've seen people who do that though. Just like
So yeah, no,
this-
I
this
was
thing. That's not true. That doesn't exist.
I was with Rob's
It does.
mother, and I can't remember how we got on this topic. Rob knows what it is. But we were talking, and she's like, "Yeah, you have to go, get the eggs with the other dairy." And I was like,
What?
"Other dairy?" And she was like, "Yeah, eggs are dairy." And I was like, she's like, "Because they're in the dairy section." And I was just like, I've never been flabbergasted or speechless in my life. But I was like, I don't want to be like, "You're an idiot" to my mother-in-law. So I was just like,
Small world. This is my life. This is how things exist. What do you mean eggs do not go in the fridge? You are barbaric. You know what I mean? Just
Well, if they're farm fresh eggs, if you never refrigerate them, you don't have to keep them in the fridge.
yeah, you don't necessarily have to, but they do keep longer.
Yeah. I mean, like every time I
General
go out
preservative
for
principles aside, yes.
eggs- yeah. I'm gonna get some fruit. I'll be right back. Fruit.
Breker, where was your fear factor scale out of 10 there?
That was a big bird.
I I was worried that I might.
Burb.
This might be
Big
where
Bird
I
out
die.
of Sesame Street. Thank you for very much.
But I was
you-
worried that this might be where I die, but I also kind of trusted you. Like, he's probably got something cool up his sleeve to get us out of here.
I figured there was a reason you wanted us to find the bell.
Yeah.
I think I can tell. I think I can tell you a little bit. You remember about the Yetis, right?
Yeah.
You remember that not all of them are dead.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's also the big one that
To get
came
it
roaring.
What does that have to
Fucking piece
do
of
with
shit.
anything?
So
Snitched on us.
the Yetis
They
are not on their own. They are commanded.
Oh, okay.
By who? In the game? Who's commanding them?
But What did
And
that-
so that also meant that the bird rider in this case, your bird man / woman / minor deity, your boy, your girl, knew about this,
Skinny penis.
not of their own volition, but of the Yetis.
oh, I thought they were just a demigod and knew.
Their own
Well, there could be
volition.
that too, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like, I had multiple ways of explaining away why that could have
Gotcha.
happened. Yeah. If everyone's ready to get back into it, we're at 11:50, which means we got a whole lot of game left. So let's get playing.
They removed the
Wait.
nature protective layer of egg. Why is someone saying that? If they removed the natural
Maybe.
protective layer.
Well, I know, like you can't eat raw eggs in the U.S. You'll get sick, but you can eat like in Japan here. It's not a problem.
Yeah,
I
I think we've
I
talked about it
would-
before.
I would
It's the
not
animal.
recommend eating raw eggs
It's the
anywhere.
way they I think I think
Yeah,
that
it's
might
disgusting.
I think that might be
Wait.
right. It's like it's a combination
Whoa,
of animal
you-
husbandry and the way they treat them post.
Like
Yeah,
it's common
I think
to eat an egg on top of a raw, like just to crack a raw egg on
Yeah.
top of hot rice here to eat.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely something to do with that.
The cooked egg tastes better than that.
Don't some people just like pour a lot into a cup and just drink it?
Because I've seen like I watched a
guess so.
YouTube video about it, and they spray the eggs down with something in the US.
Maybe that's what Heavily talking about.
Do you
then.
want to talk about eggs, or you guys want to play D&D?
I want to talk
What
about
do you
it.
think?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Go on a break.
I learned how to soft boil eggs the other day.
I learned
Like,
I mean, if you guys want to talk about eggs, I learned a life hack on how to poach them easy.
I was joking.
Really?
Charlie, I
Oh,
was
if
joking.
you add
Okay.
a little bit of vinegar to the
I thought we were
water,
into eggs, you know.
Vinegar.
I'm so into eggs. I can't even.
Really? I actually
Some
hate
eggs
the
are into
smell of
people.
them. Raw eggs and raw chicken make me feel sick.
Anyways,
Like the
Raw.
smell.
In Soviet Russia, I
Let's play
export
D&D.
Some people are into the eggs into people.
I
that
need
is
you
true.
to
Some
turn
people
off that tab right now, Rob.
Sure, people don't put eggs in.
Close that
food,
tab.
actually.
Oh,
in
this is
Soviet
making me
Russia, I
hungry. I'm like,
export you.
no food. Let alone
taking up
eggs.
all of my memory. I can't.
I
Anyways.
regret this conversation.
D&D time.
Right, we are in freezing water.
Fine.
Or we were, and now we're in a
Oh,
bubble.
we got the bubble, yeah. It's probably still cold though. I mean,
We're really cold.
it's probably warmer in there because we're farther away from Arl.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay. You know what? I'm kind of happy about this. All the slime from the thing is off me.
I feel like we would all go into shock though from going.
I'm just gonna like go in a
What's
corner.
happening?
Debbie goes into a corner, sits down. She's like,
Yes. Are you okay over there?
Are you okay, Debbie?
no, no.
You all notice
I'm gonna
how
walk.
the water
with Debbie.
and the air in here is as fresh
Gross.
and as clean.
Wait, there's water in here?
No, the
Oh, okay.
ocean air, I should say,
okay.
is basically a nice, balmy sea
Crime
breeze.
committer.
Oh, that's awesome.
I would have thought it'd be gross, but anyway. Because it's coming out of a whale. I don't know.
And the bubble is this just ripple teardrop shape that seems to have been conjured from the base of the ship mixed with the point of the tip on the unicorn and the narwhal points. Just kind of
Narwhal points, yes.
Can I touch it?
What are you touching?
The bubble.
Are you
Yeah, you can
next
touch
to
the
me?
bubble.
Because if you go to touch it and you're next to Devii, she will go with her and like death
Vice
grip in her
grip.
hand.
My finger will go through it.
No.
So,
No.
I want to be very clear, Chalcedony. Is Cal trying to touch the bubble's surface or go through it?
Oh, okay. The cow's been. He doesn't actually want to put his finger in it. He just wants to touch it.
Okay,
Touch
so
the
you can
surface.
feel the
That's new.
surface pressure of this, and let me tell you, it is a wild experience. And as you push, you can feel this kind of rippling like sensation as like the bubble kind of impacts your finger a little bit,
Yeah.
and then kind of like wraps a little bit around it as you kind of push a little bit more in pressure. And that's kind of the point when once you've applied some more pressure where you can feel the ice death grip of Devi's arm around yours, and you
It's
can
like
feel
a mom picking up adrenaline, picking up a car to save her baby type of.
Okay, so you
Oh,
snatch up my hand. I'm like,
and
oh,
you
whoa,
can
whoa.
feel the icy depths outside of your finger.
It's really cold out there, Devii. Do you see how it ripples?
I am
It's
not
like
going to
iridescent.
drown again.
We're not gonna drown. I don't think.
Devi,
Again?
Devi's got these veins
Yeah.
that have like dark, almost like bruised type blood vessels that are just
In my- in the
pounding
eye,
in her
that's
head
all.
around her eye.
Oh, you mean that time on your ship and that whole thing? Oh yeah.
I'm
She
gonna
just looked
sit.
at you like, "Excuse me."
I'm gonna sit next to Devii. Like, hey,
Okay.
listen, I don't think the well would have brought us down here to remain in danger.
I
You know,
know that it's just the fact that knowledge of what's actually real doesn't really apply in this moment.
Is it? I have a question. Is it really dark? Is it darker down here than the surface? It
Is
We can't see
impossibly
anything.
dark. Impossibly
Judah?
dark.
Is there- is
Almost
there light?
like
Do we
you
have-
have been drained of anything. You just hear the rushing of the waves and the swishing and swaying and the creaking of the boat. And you can hear the light chirps of the other ocean creatures around you, but it is black.
Do I still have my torch? I have my torch, right?
Do. So
Okay.
you can see a
It's-
little bit inside of the surface of
Just a little. Okay, just a little bit around me.
Mhm. And you can see a little bit of the light as
What
some
is-
fishes come
what
near
now?
and dart out near
Oh,
the
that's-
light and leave.
Okay.
How is the fire reacting with the limited oxygen in here?
Normal.
No, he
How
said that
we
the air is
Perfectly
actually
fine.
fine in
It,
here.
it's magic. Like
It's a magic
we can
bubble.
we can hand wave that.
Let alone the fire. What about
I
all
mean,
of us?
That's
you're not
if
feeling
we're gonna
like
go with
it's
that.
degenerating at all. And in fact, it feels like you've almost been transported. Like it's warm. It's comfortable in here. It's not
warm and
cold.
comfortable, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Cool.
It's almost like when you're inside of Velen's dome. And it's not on the island of Solstice. It's just comfortable. And the only
I'm gonna-
uncomfortable thing that is in here is the thin layer of salty brine across the surface of the ship when it's surfaced.
Okay, so it's
gonna-
quite. We feel comfortable, just satisfied at the moment.
Yeah,
So
that's a good way of saying it.
maybe the relaxing atmosphere will help Devii calm down a little bit.
Has the
I'm actually gonna motion to Cal. Could you like sit down next to her? Just have
Okay.
the torch.
has
near
the
her.
temperature changed drastically from outside? Like,
Yeah, it's like shock. Like you might even want to, like you're starting to sweat in here with how much stuff you bundled up in.
Devii, are you thirsty? Do you want a drink?
do you guys want beer? I could make a butt ton of beer now.
Oh yeah, that would be. I could go for one, to be honest with you. Mesh.
Alright, I take out this weird fat jug with like multiple knobs kind of in it. Open one of them up, say beer, shake it a bit, and then start pouring it out in different cups.
Hmm.
And it's like infinite beer coming out, basically.
What?
You have a limit.
So cool.
It's like a.
Enough for all of us, right?
It's more than enough. It's like a.
More than enough for a few glasses, yeah.
Okay, so it's like a. Right. Yeah. Okay.
Should be like a gallon, I think. Or a couple
Gallon.
gallons.
4 gallons of beer.
So 4 gallons of beer is essentially pretty close. If you've ever seen an American television show or movie where they have like the jugs that are like long and skinny, it's 4 of those. Have you ever seen the big round ones that is like a ton of milk in it? It's like a jug. That's it's like 4 of those.
That's 18.8818 liters, by the way.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
That's more than enough.
I was thinking we could.
Gallons. I had to look it
It's
up.
maybe close to allowing every single one of you to have 2, including Velen, like 2 steins almost. Yeah.
18 liters.
It's fair, but Mesh is pouring you a little less than a stein, probably closer to like smaller than a pint each.
Okay, yeah.
And you might even have to share the glasses because there's probably just not that many.
I was gonna say, how do we have 4? We have some in our packs.
You have like a meal mess kit in some of your packs. Some of you have that, so that's what I'm saying. Is
Devii has a good supply of
random assortments. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking we could give the whales like honey or something from this jug, but it doesn't make any sense.
They like honey. How would we give it to them anyway? They're outside.
I mean, they could drink it from the water. Yeah, before.
Yeah.
Oh, before, right.
I suddenly realized Shiny is actually right over there. I'm motioning to come to me and just to lay on Devi's lap.
Okay.
Yeah. Hopefully that'll just calm you down, maybe. Just cute, fuzzy, and very distracting.
Congratulations on escaping the island of Solstice players.
She'll just give you an attempt of a smile.
Can we still communicate to the whale?
You haven't tried yet, have you?
Hey, can you hear us?
Yes. I have stopped for now without directions.
Ah.
Oh.
I have something going down.
Where
Thanks for,
do you wish to go?
Are you familiar with Ragged Glacier at all?
I've tried to go farther than the land allows, but this glacier is perhaps unfamiliar or unreachable. I do not know.
The other bell, your other bell. Can we get to your other bell as soon as possible? Thank you.
Which bell?
The one that's close to 10 towns.
It's on the coast of
What is its name?
the region. Well, the region is like 10 towns. It's
south of us, basically.
I don't remember.
Well, I guess we're in Icewind Dale, but it's
No,
like
It's not.
We rung it recently.
Yeah, we did.
we rung it and then
there was a
there were the
bell
vultures.
ring quite a while, not too long ago. I went and there was no one there, but a few buzzards.
You did?
There.
Yes, we
go
should've
there.
I should have stayed there. No one listens
Please
to
go
me.
there. That would be nice.
I rang that bell, and then the vultures came, and then we all ran away.
Could we possibly get there as soon as possible? One of our passengers is she's a bit uncomfortable with being underwater.
With a natural 20 on insight. You, Devii, why do you tremble under the water?
Not too long ago, I think that I drowned under this same ocean. I don't want to experience that again.
Little one, you are safe.
Knowing that doesn't help.
Are
some of
you
this, Devii.
one who believes in something?
Yes.
That is built on trust, yes? Since you all feel the ship kind of lurch forward a little bit, almost as if it's kind of pitching and then shifting around and finding directions. You hear some chirping from the narwhals and from Ongajuk in between these talks. As someone keen on trust and the gods, perhaps you know better than I how to combat terror and fear. Why is it that you have succumbed to it?
I don't know. I mean, if you drowned once, wouldn't you drown again?
Perhaps, but also perhaps not. I have many scars, and each one provides a lesson. The ship lurches forward. As we travel to this bell, it will take time. I suggest you all think. You will be in here for longer than a few days.
Huh.
But we will have to resurface, for I cannot breathe water. So we will resurface from time to time, but I will make the next time long, because I fear that great, terrible bird will find me again.
Onkajuk, were you injured at all by the bird?
Make an insight check. He just gets quiet.
As I'm passing around mugs of beer.
Yes. Yes, yes,
19.
please.
19? He probably got a few scratches from the landing, but it seems that the bird didn't get enough chances to really get purchase, as its priorities seem to be allowing the passenger to do something at that time. But it seems that it's mostly some mental strain. And your insight also provides that you, like we said, above board, above the game, that you were able to shake him out of some kind of shock. But there seems to be some past history there, like major history between the two of them.
We will, perhaps when we return to the island, we will find more subtle ways to summon you back if we need to call you again. There's obviously some history you have with the Ice Queen and the bird.
I had assumed too much of a party of adventurers that you may have dealt with my foe if I was being called. So it is partially my own misjudgment to stay so long.
Are there any other more subtle ways to call you? The bell alerted everything on the island.
Message spell, maybe? Sending, I mean.
There may
That's
be
smart.
ways to tell me, ahead of time, perhaps a schedule, or
Schedule.
perhaps the bell if an emergency arises. For example, if you were to stay for approximately so many hours or days, I could arrive after that time.
Alright,
Okay.
do we have... Never mind.
Breker would start cleaning the boat, like kind of trying to sweep up the rime and making it all shiny and new.
That's nice.
While making small talk with Ankajuk.
Imagine that what ends up happening is Angajuk is either responding and mostly yeses and nos, but I'm going to build on your insight, Breaker. The more small talk that you tried to build, the more he tries to be evasive, which is not very well done. He's like kind of an animal with an intelligence and not much to speak of in human matters. And in addition, it seems that he's trying to teach a lesson to interact with Devii. But it's almost as if posing the question and giving Devii to ponder it is not the only solution. And you can kind of see that Velen's kind of cleared out a little bit of a space at a higher ground, just kind of like shoved some water down so that she could sit down on the dock and just kind of like almost looks like a pouting child, just like, I'm gonna be here for so damn long under the water. Fuck's sake. Might as well look at this new book I have. It's just like being an old cranky woman.
This does stuff to my arthritis.
Yeah, she's like, my freaking bones can't handle the end places without chairs. Unbelievable. I'm gonna have scoliosis at 65.
We're just sitting on the floor, right?
Yeah, there's no chairs. It's a dock or a deck.
Yeah, no chairs. Yeah, so I was imagining just sitting down, spinning. Got a beer in my hand. I'm sitting with Devii. I'm talking with Devii, yeah.
Don't forget I'm there too.
She's with you guys, but because she's on edge, a lot of the answers are going to be more sharp and blunt.
So Goldy, you're talking with us as well, right?
Yeah, I'm on the other side.
So you and I are aware that she's on edge, and we're just trying to talk to her and just trying to distract.
Just trying to keep her comfortable.
With conversation.
She's not going to initiate anything, though.
Now that there's finally a moment of not imminent danger, Vanvalor will actually play his violin for fun.
Give me a performance check just to see how good it is.
You bet.
Say,
12.
Devii.
I rolled a 1. Are you fucking kidding me?
Aww.
The difference is for Dallan, a epic failure for a performance is kind of just an average day.
An average.
Yeah.
It sounds more like it takes him just longer to tune it.
He's like, the acoustics aren't good in here, sorry.
Well, Dallan, as Vanvalor ends up taking a bit longer under these weird conditions and all of the water affecting your instrument to tune it. It just takes a really long time, and the strings snap, and you have to restring it like 3 times. It's annoying. But eventually you get there, and it sounds okay. You're like, well, maybe if my fingers weren't so raw from restringing this motherfucker, I could have played something. you know? Yeah. But it still sounds good, and you have a good time. But it just takes a while to get there.
What were you saying, Goldy?
I was gonna ask, since we're all here with no danger or anything, and trying to deal with possible wounds from an old, decrepit man. What did you think of us the first time you met? Like, I'm just like quietly, like looking at Cal, just gotta get her out of her mind right now.
Sorry, you talking to me?
Like I'm I'm just looking at you in like a way to say, let's just get her mind off of this.
Oh.
So
yeah, I thought like I liked most of you straight away, and I thought you was all just so attractive. To be honest with you, I thought everyone was great.
Oh,
You guys
yeah.
felt like Breker was smart, rely on him, and you guys were nice, and it would be fun to.
Here, you keep cutting out.
Breker was
I
smart.
thought it was part of the performance.
And Torterra was smart, and they would be very useful to be around, and I thought the rest of you were really fun to be around, so I enjoyed it.
Breker would hoist his mug and be like, "To Torterra. To Torterra."
Yeah, I don't have a navigator.
Do you guys
Yeah.
have any idea how much you would have loved this? Being here, under the sea, swimming
Imagine
around?
how much he would love 4 gallons of fucking beer every day.
Yeah.
Wait, are we gonna drink this repeatedly for the next 4 days? Pass.
Well, it would be good. Well,
Too
we don't
much.
have to, but this isn't very strong beer, so like if we didn't have anything else to drink, at least this would be like safe to drink.
Can that thing make anything harder?
Wine,
Now
it
we're
could mix.
talking.
Could you?
That's the other option. Mayonnaise is one weird option that I figured out.
What
Do
would we
you
do
have
with 4
any
gallons
honey?
of mayo?
Yeah, I
No.
have honey.
No. Do you have
Honey
any
would be
honey?
good. Because we could
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you 5 gold if you chug a pint of mayo.
Ew.
This is not a good decision.
Wait,
We've been
5
through.
gold?
No, there's
No.
no
Double it.
way he's gonna
Double
barf
it.
in this bubble,
Double it,
and we're gonna
and
have
you
to
the
smell it.
wager. Double it. 5 gold. 5 gold is way too cheap.
No,
10
not till we breach the surface again.
10 gold. And
This sounds like a deal between 2 other people, Devii. You're
I don't care.
Breker puts 10 gold on the railing. Be like, have fun.
Fuck you.
Tomorrow when we can use the thing again, I forgot what it's called. I'll do it. I'll have that 10 gold. It's mine. Put my name on it.
If worst comes to worst, all you could do is just shove your head onto the wall and then just watch a line of puke flow away.
We don't know if the bubble will break if you put too much force on it.
You could ask. Anka Juke, how?
Wait. You should let her ask.
Okay.
Who's her? Me?
Yeah.
Well, if we put our bodies through the bubble, will it break?
No, but you might go out.
Okay, you can do it then.
See?
Might go out, like we might get sucked away and miss and not be able to catch up.
Let's just
Yeah.
not keep our way
But like when you get
out
sucked
there.
out of when you know, and
Like a
when you're
airplane?
on an airplane, yeah, and you just go.
You're like,
You're not
I'm just
jumping out,
imagining-
right? You're just putting your head out. It's like putting your head out of a window.
You know the face you make when you're like skydiving, and it's like.
Yeah, all that
like a dog sticking his face out the window.
yeah, like that, yeah.
Yes. Be the dog out the window. I don't know what suggestion this is, because.
But
I
also
believe we had
it'd be
this in
worse
this world.
because it's like ice cold water, so yeah.
You know what?
it'd be great.
Drink the mayo. Go on. I'm quite curious to see
Can't
what
do
would
it now.
happen.
I have to wait till tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
We've already used the thing. We've already done. You can.
Vanvalor hasn't had any of his. You can have his.
Yeah, Devii hasn't drank anything.
You don't want
Yeah.
one.
Like,
No.
Well, you don't want
we could-
some.
we could store some extra so that we could drink a bit more tomorrow. That way we have today's beer for tomorrow also.
We'd have to store it in a spare. Do we have like this what those things called, like a water sack?
I think we all
Water
should.
skin, yeah.
Water skin, yeah. If we have a spare one of those, we could store it. I'm sure one of us has one.
Do we have anything
Bladder.
in...
Bladder? Is that what it's called? A water bladder?
Okay, I don't know how.
Well, no, it's a water skin, but bladder is like the same shape.
I, for some reason, have the 13. I believe this is a typo. I'm gonna go back down to 1.
You have a third what?
For some reason, I had the 13 with water skins. I think I accidentally did that.
13?
I don't know how that happened.
Well, that'll do more than
But-
enough.
No, but I should have 1. That was a mistake.
Rob,
Fine.
Can I cast
My-
like light on like some pieces of rocks or stuff on the
Sure.
on the boat and then just like drop them outside of the bubble?
Yeah. You
Kinda
do.
just
You can
look at
see
what's out
that
here.
Angajuk's actually trying to get you what looks to be a scenic tour, but it's hard to see without the light. And from time to time, because of this and the torchlight that's nearby, you end up seeing beautiful sights. Things of wonder that, honestly, no one has probably ever seen in this frozen north. There are shipwrecks and remnants of what look to be castles and cyclopean-esque ruins under the water.
If we're
Sharks
seeing this stuff,
near
can
some of these
I,
things just kind of waving in and out, and octopuses unraveling under the light and blending in, and ink sprays as they dart out of the way, and hordes of schools of fish of knucklehead trout follow along as the narwhals try to get a little bit of a snack.
Sound good.
if
Are they
we're
like-
seeing these sights, Breker would like use channel divinity to make his weapon very bright
Oh yeah.
and try to illuminate this even more.
Do you plant it at the stern?
Well, I have to hold on to it, but yeah, I'd be like sticking it out different
Yeah,
sides.
yeah. You all hear as Angajuk begins to narrate. There used to be a kingdom here. My master once told me that it was called the Kingdom of Astoria, of the giants in a bygone empire. Wonderfully terrible creatures. The storm giants they were once referred to. In an old war fought between the frost and the storm. And even before that, they did not fight for territory, but joined forces against dragons. He kind of spills you a bit of a tall tale. Maybe some truth to it, maybe not. Just some general history, just talks about things, but you see scores of ruins and wrecked ships and just reefs and all kinds of just beautiful things here. It's like stepping underwater and seeing something that has just been lost to time and the sea. It's just fascinating.
Do I see any treasure?
Make a perception check.
God, could you imagine all the splunking that could happen here?
Breker
I will
doesn't see any treasure.
give you advantage because of your light. And because Angajuk is guiding you, essentially, to find cool things.
Oh, what a swing! 6 to a 19.
Okay. If I roll under your 19, you find something. I rolled a natural 1, so that means you get something good.
Noise.
Breker's eyes light up as his eyes come across the treasure.
A long archway fills an area with what looks to be the entrance into a royal chamber of some sort, where the chamber and the top has been blown off, and the archway is almost big enough for Angajut's nose to fit in. It's that big. And a disgruntled and old and tattered long carpet with blue coloring and silver lightning bolt filigree all the way down leads to a broken and shattered tomb. A sarcophagus that's been shattered, and a skeleton that seems to have been disassembled and or eaten by any of the predatory natures, but there is a glint of gold coming from the inside.
Breker is like leaning out of this bubble, like face pressed against it, trying to watch this gold.
Doesn't move.
Devii is like clutching.
Your light picks it up like a coin, just ding.
You have dollar signs in your eyes.
Angajuk slows
I'm
as
right
he
behind him.
tells you more of the tales of the Giants' War and how there's potentials of any number of important figures, blah, 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 blah. He talks about how they fight and how the ice giants are basically what you guys would experience. Like the ice giants have used things like anchors for fighting, and you're like, oh, yeah, don't they? You know? And
What a surprise!
what a surprise!
Breker would be like taking off his armor and ties a rope around his waist.
I'm like, hold on.
Whoa.
Angajuk
Whoa,
also
hold on,
mentions
hold on
how
Devi's clutching shine and giving you guys a dust stare.
He also mentions how these storm giants were known for being these monumental, like, liaisons of lightning and conduits of power and magic. And unbeknownst to the other giants, the storm giants were the ones of wisdom. They were the ones with the intelligence, and they could craft great and mighty things. And they had a myth of a flying fortress that they could control with their minds and with runes of giant make. Pure conduits of power to lift things into the sky by their blood. Just unbelievable, the power that lies in the magic of their blood. Astounding. And this is all secondhand, so you kind of get the feeling that he's playing it up a bit. Because, you know, it's kind of like a children's story that was told to you as a kid, and you have like these very nostalgic things that you're really leaning into, and you tell the story. It's like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But Breker's
Are we
taking
doing
off his
this?
armor, and
I'm gonna stop him and I'll let you hold the rope. We need somebody strong to hold the rope.
it's more than
I'll
a
do
couple
it.
hundred meters away. It's way out
He's
there.
still trying to get out?
It's not going to be a couple.
Oh,
it's
it's
not going to
that-
be 100 feet of rope worth. It's going to be
Maybe that's
way out
not-
there.
Okay, it's way
He's
out
trying to
there.
Yeah.
get out? I don't know, it doesn't seem like a good idea to me.
Right,
It's going to be about 200 feet from the ship.
Breker,
sure
tug
you
the
can do
rope when you want to bring us, when you want to come back, and we will.
I can swim
use
faster than you.
as much as we can.
Or we can
I
just
can
leave
swim
him out
faster than
there with his treasure, since he loves it so much.
All right, who wants to go?
What is Devii doing
okay,
during
sure.
this?
Well, I already
You
told you she's clutching shiny and giving them a dust stare.
You know, you could both
Can we have
go.
Uncle
Like,
Just
I
get us
need
closer.
to, and I hate everything you're doing right now.
Man, is there a
I-
little bit of a record scratch when he's telling this, and you like stop playing for a second? It's like, "Arr." You all kind of spot this.
Can we get Uncle Juk to get us a bit as close as
Uncle
possible?
Juke, a quick favor. I saw glinting back there, and I am inexplicably drawn to it. Is there any way we could go back to that large royal entryway?
I could take us back over there, but I am wanton to allow much dilly-dallying in a place such as this. This is a hunting grounds for the sharks.
I don't have Revivify,
The
just
sharks?
to let you know.
Are they big sharks? Where are the sharks at?
Breker kind of thinks like, how big are the sharks? And he looks at his armor that's like piled on the deck and it's just like, tough decision.
Is it actually?
Mesh, you think you
What?
could get the?
Yeah.
Think you could get it?
How close can you get us? That's the question.
Bring doors. There's a glitch in the system, and if you put a door in the water, you'll be able to breathe just fine.
I don't approve
get you
that.
within about 100.
Hey, it's a Minecraft reference.
I can get
Yeah.
you within 100 feet and roll over and pass by, and then I'll take another loop and try to pick you up. But I need to stay on the move. I am not one to risk my narwhal companions. They have helped guide us, and they do not want to be snacks for another being.
I mean, fair
That means
enough.
the rope thing won't
Fair
work
enough.
then.
I, on the
100
other
feet
hand,
shouldn't be
could
too hard.
bat one at a time with my tail, but they're much faster than I am.
100 feet shouldn't be too hard. I think I can do it.
Devii mutters to himself.
He hates tattoos because they're evil, but money is the root of all evil.
Should I be worried about you?
Kajuk, would you be
Yes.
offended if I used a command spell to get one of the narwhals to help our rogue swim?
Why would you
I can swim really fast, it's
command them when you can ask?
It's good. It's a good question. It's a good point.
I cannot speak to narwhals most of the time. You are a rare exception.
What would you like to say?
Good days, boy.
Can you help our crafty little trickster fellow swim?
Just make some
I
clicking
like
and
it.
some
That was cool.
things. You just see the narwhal just do this. And it's porn going around.
Meaning, what does that mean?
It's like,
I'm tying a rope around myself. Giving the rest to Goldy and Breker.
you see that the
Probably-
ship stops for a second and the narwhal swims in, and you just see this slow, like, horn kind of just like come into the ship bubble, just like pierce it, and you guys are like, oh crap,
Debbie's like-
it's gonna break. Just
Oh, hang on, you called the narwhal in here? What the hell?
the narwhal's horn kind of pierces through the bubble, and you see like a little blip of water drip down. It makes you panic for a second, but it just comes in.
Yeah.
I give my scarf to Devii and take off my shoes and probably get the bag of holding from Breker so I can get all the gold in there.
I'll give you the bag, and then I'll also cast Bless on you.
Okay, I
So you
have
need
So
it.
you got a minute, homie.
light on the dagger. Light on my dagger.
Yeah, light on the dagger.
Sure. We're going
Light on the
full Subnautica
dagger.
on this mission right here. I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it.
Hop
Let's
on.
do it.
I'll give you haste as well.
You're gonna haste him?
Oh,
You have a
thank
minute of
shit.
haste. I'm
Nice.
hasting him.
Shit.
No,
You're
no,
gonna
haste
haste
the
him and not the
narwhal,
narwhal? So he's gonna be
Haste
like,
the narwhal.
and he's just holding onto the horn of a narwhal. It's like,
Actually,
on
I think
speed.
I can swim
I'll
faster
haste
than
it.
a narwhal. I can swim
that-
faster than a narwhal if I'm
You can
hasted.
swim fast.
Devii rolls her eyes and touches
I'm gonna
hasted.
haste him. Yeah, we're hasting
Yeah,
him.
haste me. Haste me. Haste me.
resistance
hasting
Cari?
it.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, she'll cast
Okay.
resistance. She's like, oh, it's up to a minute though, so she'll be like, you got a minute.
Okay, so resistance, haste on Mesh or the narwhal.
Is
give me
it faster if Mesh gets this haste than if the narwhal does?
I get bonus action and action through dash, so I can double dash that. So I'm
You
probably
have a
faster.
minute, and then after that, if I cast haste on you and you're not done in a minute, you will die.
That's why I have the narwhal to pick me up, right? Technically.
Yeah. I guess,
Yes, I'm
yeah.
sure they won't do it with their point first to just drag you in. That won't cause more problems.
This is why I'm not getting involved in that.
I really hope a shark doesn't just chomp
Wanna
on
go
that
up there,
rope
risk
and
your
pull you
life.
back.
Let's do it. Let's do it. When we're ready. When we're ready, I'll cast haste.
Yeah.
We want the next
All right,
one.
I need to try to see if I can
Remember,
find
tug-
an answer to your question here about the.
Tug on the rope, and I will pull back as hard as I can.
Okay, so I'm gonna use the dolphin stat block for this. 'Cause they're fast.
Okay. I have 30 feet swim speed. That's 90 feet if
Okay,
I'm
they
double
are
dashing.
60-foot swim speed, and as a mount, they can always take the dash action. So that's 240 feet with a dash action, and then you get to retain your action.
Okay,
And they have
240
blind
is a lot
sight,
more.
so like he doesn't need to see. You guys are very clear on that by now. Like they don't need the light at all. They're just click and use sonar. They're good to go.
All right, then give it to the narwhal, I guess.
Okay, that's what we'll do.
Okay, so we haste the narwhal, resistance, and bless to mesh. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so it's not my responsibility to remember what those things do. They're all of yours. So just remember that.
You don't tug, I don't pull you back. Remember
Now,
that.
haste and all of the spells cast in this, all 3 spells are a minute. Is that correct? Or is haste 10 minutes?
Haste is a minute.
A minute, okay.
Bless is longer, I think.
Right, so
And once haste drops, you can't move or take actions until for 6 seconds.
Yes.
So
mesh, what happens?
All right, so can I tie a little bit of the closer part of my rope to the narwhal on the horn or something?
Sure, yeah, easy enough.
As a backup hook, and then I get on it and let's move. I kind of tap it on the side.
The narwhal is vibrating with speed and energy and music as Dallan plays with his spell and continues the song to hold concentration with a little bit of flair.
of course.
I hold my breath and we move out.
I'm gonna miss them.
As you move out with blistering speed, you push through the water, and the second your body goes out on the narwhal and holds onto the horn for dear life, 2 things are going to need to take place.
You can add a D4 and add it to the number rolled on one saving throw of your choice.
Eyes
the fun music went
sparkle
away.
outside of the reach of the dagger as you see emerging from the caverns around 4 giant sharks start to bring with them a bit of curiosity as you blister past them, giving you a very heavy lead. But then the water is as cold as ice and as just terrible as it feels. You need to make me 2 constitution saving throws as you are racked with shock.
You can use one of those constitution throws. You can add a D4.
Now, these are saving throws, is that right, Breker?
I can add a d4 on saving throws.
So why don't I have the players that use the spells roll those dice, and then we
Okay.
can interact with Mesh. So this is going to be collaborative.
Okay.
So Mesh, roll your d20 first.
15.
Devii. Breker.
2.
Mesh, total.
Plus 2, so 20.
Devi's- Devii-
Dirty 20.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Dirty 20.
that's a success. Now we roll again.
No, you can't add mine. It can only be once for mine.
And I know that resistance doesn't do this, but we're doing it this way because it's kind of the same thing.
What's
Breker.
Breker? What's your one?
Another 2.
So that's 13.
That is a failure. Please mark 1 level of exhaustion.
1 level of
It's a failure. Bardic Inspiration reaction.
Roll your dice. He is within range before this happens because of the second
Nice.
he leaves. So he's within range.
+5.
Oh, it was just like around the
That's
corner
a
waiting
pass
for
because
us.
he was on the bubble for
18.
missing, pun intended.
18. Nice.
Breker is like leaning right up against the bubble, like face against the edge, just like muttering shiny gold. Pretty gold.
As you blister closer, Mesh, you can see there is a long pole that is what he saw sticking out of it, but it is jammed into something. And that pole is sticking into the inside of this. So you're going to need both hands to grab this out of there.
Before I got off, I did say I was casting Detect Magic, so I can see anything magical.
It is a beacon of energy, and it is white because it is more than one source of magic.
Okay. I'm going straight, aiming him straight for that.
You're there.
Aiming the
That's what I mean. Like, the haste spell gets you there. You're there, and by the time you're there, Ongajuk is barely turning to go outside of range. Like, he's way slower than this narwhal right now.
Okay, I'm taking it, getting off and pulling everything out. Try to get to the bag. All the gold I can, all the items that are magical.
There's only one thing in here, and it looks to be what looks to be the... In modern day terms, this looks like the trident of Zeus. Or Poseidon, rather. It is made out of pure gold. It has shapes and symbols of giants on it, and it is fucking huge up close. It is like 3 times your height, maybe 4.
Really?
And you can't quite tell because half of it, the base of it, is like buried into what looks to be a collapsed altar. You're gonna need some form of way of getting this loose to get out of here, and by the time you get there, you need to make me another Constitution saving throw.
How close is it?
How can I get it out?
How close is what? Sorry.
Mesh.
To Ongajuk?
Yeah, to the...
So he had to go about 200 feet and around. He just went.
All right, never mind.
So he gone. And Breker, please roll me another d4.
Okay, I'm gonna use
2.
the cat.
Mesh?
Okay, we're doing the con check now.
Constitution save.
Yeah, that's 14 total. I rolled a 10 plus 2 plus 2.
And then -1.
-1. I didn't get the exhaustion because of Van.
Oh, you succeeded on the first one and then succeeded on the second one because of Van. Yes. Okay. 14 is a pass. Yep.
14 is a pass. Okay.
Yep.
Ooh, that was close.
All right, so that's 3 checks, right? Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Okay, so I'm trying to figure out how to get that thing out, right?
Yes. What would you like to do?
I'm going to use the catapult spell from a piece of rock from somewhere and try to bash it right into the bottom of the thing.
Okay.
Try to break it from there.
Mark the spell off and give me an attack roll.
I'm gonna do this at 2nd level because why the fuck not?
Okay. Is this an attack roll or is this a dex save?
This is a dex save and it can't move.
So here's what we're gonna do: is I'm gonna have you roll an attack roll, and instead, actually, you know what? Let me ask you a follow-up question to this. We're gonna make this a bit more collaborative. When you're doing this, are you trying to preserve kind of the weapon's integrity, or are you gonna just try to be pretty reckless to just get this loose?
Get this loose.
Okay, so with that the case, then I would like you just to roll damage and then add 2 extra dice of the same type because of you're using or actually add 1 extra dice because you're upcasting it.
Mm-hmm.
So it says, I think, that you get an extra dice, but I'm going to give you 1 more.
I do.
I'm going to give you 1
you're
more.
Giving me 1 more.
Yeah.
Do I even have 6?
Because this thing can't move and make the dex save. So we're just giving you an extra die.
4. So I'm getting 5d8.
And what type of damage is this?
This is, I think, what does it say?
It would be bludgeoning if it's a rock, right?
No, the spell dictates it
I'm trying
overrides.
to mouse over it.
It's bludgeoning?
Yeah,
Okay.
bludgeoning.
Cool.
I'm gonna roll it, don't take the one I rolled on D&D Beyond.
Bludgeoning damage, but I can't hold a knife at you.
It could hit the hand held part.
pommel?
Could hit.
11,
Yeah, the pommel.
4, 15 and 6, 21 damage.
You needed 20 to break it, so it's broken. It's
Alright,
loose.
shoving it in the
The goose is
shoving
loose,
it
but the
into
problem
That fucking
is
grin, chef. That fucking grin.
the problem is every time you do something in this scenario, I get to do something. The sharks are on you. What are you doing?
Oh no.
They have all gap closed. They've dashed and they're there, but they can't hit you and they can't bite the narwhal just yet. But they're there.
I'm getting back.
There's 4 of them, and they are twice the size of your narwhal.
Do you have invisibility as a spell?
Yeah, I'm thinking. Do I have
Can you
another action
upcast
now? Or...
It's your turn.
Yeah. It's my turn again. I'm upcasting invisibility on me and the narwhal.
Okay, well, just to let you know, if you cast invisibility, you can cast it on the narwhal, and anything it's wearing or carrying also becomes invisible. But you're not currently on the narwhal because you had to get off to do this stuff.
But I do want to maybe try and collect more shit. Did I get the gold or did I not get the gold,
The gold
when I was
is
doing
the trident. There is nothing
That's
else
it,
in there
nothing
that you can
else.
see on a cursory glance. So what are
Okay,
you
so
doing?
I'm
You're going to
just
do
doing
one
the
thing
regular-
with your actions. So
I'm
take
getting
an
on,
actions.
getting on the narwhal and casting invisibility on it.
Are you trying to pick up the trident?
Did I not get it?
You got it loose with the last action.
Okay.
Sorry, if you missed that context.
Shoving it in the bag.
All right, well, you've got to
that
try
an
to pick it
action?
up. So I'm going to make you give me an athletics check. I'm going to give you
Athletics,
advantage
okay.
because it's a magical object that doesn't
And it's
abide by the
underwater.
normal things and underwater physics.
We apply under.
Rob, just to make this
Okay.
clear, the armor I'm wearing is the water armor we got from the.
It's the Mariner's
What's his
armor,
name?
right? Yeah,
Mariner's,
that's
yeah.
sick. That's so cool.
That's why I'm doing this.
Yeah, I remember. I put it in there.
17 is my advantage roll.
Oh, more
plus
than
is it
enough.
action?
More than enough. Yeah, absolutely. You can get it out of there. It's very
Okay.
easy underwater. The DC is lower and it's just easier to manhandle. You notice once you grab it, it immediately almost starts trying to, like, you're both trying to figure each other out. Kind of the attunement process has already begun, even without you doing it. And so the thing's like already starting to shrink a little bit to try to get a feel for where you're at. The problem is the sharks are here and I get to roll.
All right.
Now, I am rolling against the narwhal, which has a boosted armor class of 14, if it's a +2.
Then it would be that.
That's a crit.
Silvery Bobs.
Not the narwhal.
Okay, is it just a reroll?
Yeah, you re-roll the crit
That's a miss.
and take the lower.
Oh, Mesh. Your ride is not dead.
All right, there are 3 sharks, so I'm gonna use all 3. You know what? Instead of doing, I'm gonna do 3 different sharks, and one of them will be the same. However, I'm gonna let somebody that hasn't rolled a whole lot with Chalcedony. I would like you to roll me a D4, and if you happen to roll a 4, just roll again. Okay? One of the sharks is very clearly bigger than the other 2, and one of them is about medium sized. The other is large. So we have a huge one, a large one, and a medium one. Yep. Chalcedony, did you roll D4?
No, do I have to?
What did I say? Did I say the wrong person?
No, you said.
You said Cal.
Okay, Cal, please roll me a D4. We're gonna see which one of these sharks you're gonna see 2 of.
Oh. Oh.
4. Can you roll me again?
Oh, nice.
4 is not an option because there's only 3 sharks. So I need a 1, 2, or 3.
Oh,
Number
you said-
3 is also 4.
You said a D4 though.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, alright. Why can't you have just taken that one as a 3?
Do you want me to take it as a 3?
Well, yeah, no, I've rolled it again, but like.
Okay,
Well,
that's
you
fine. If
said
you want
like-
to just take it as a 3, that's fine. As long
Yeah,
as the
take it
player is
as
the
a
one that
3.
chooses that. Okay, yeah. All right, so
Okay,
there's 2
thank you.
giant sharks, a hunter shark and a reef
Mhm.
shark.
Right.
So that
Great.
means I need to roll again later. Okay, so we'll just do it this way. So one of the attacks misses from the giant shark. The other giant shark still hits. So that's one hit. The hunter shark hits. And the reef shark hits. So that is... All right. Goldy, roll me 1d8, please.
Sure
Breker, roll me 2d8, please. And Dally, roll me 3d10, please.
3d10. I can do that. Watch this.
I'm watching.
You better. This is rolling dice, I can tell you. Are we looking for totals or just
Total.
17?
So 7.
3.
Oh, can you have that as a thing on the side now? Oh, you can lock it? Wait, hold on.
Okay, one more time.
Oh, unlock.
Dallan.
Yeah.
How many?
17.
That's why I can't do
Okay. Goldy.
that.
3.
And Breker.
7.
The narwhal gets ripped to shreds. Just
Oh no, what?
and all of these bites fill with a cloud of dark red smog that is dissipating. The narwhal has 1 hit point.
No, they have
All
one
of the
hit
sharks
point.
have advantage from now on because of a blood frenzy. Mesh,
Oh no!
what are you doing?
They're not within 60 feet of me, are they?
So the thing is, about 2 rounds have passed now, 2 or 3 rounds,
Okay.
and things have been happening.
Right.
Ongajuk has rolled and is coming back. You're all
Okay.
within about
What's our
100 feet. What are you doing?
100?
Oh.
I'm getting on it and casting.
Can I?
Hang on, let's let the boat do something here first, Mesh.
Okay.
Shit. Can I?
Just as a reminder,
So
as a dungeon
there's two
master,
big-
you guys can hold actions here. Okay. Everyone can
No, that's 30
do
feet.
something, or you can hold something. And in this rare case, I'll allow reactions. Sorry, I'll allow bonus actions to be held if you have a bonus action you really want to use. I don't know if there's anything you want, but you can use it.
I'm gonna hold blindness for when there's 2 bigger sharks, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna
Ellen has
hold
also
blindness
stood up and
to-
has joined you, so I'll try to see if she wants to do something. If you guys have suggestions,
Yeah.
I'll also take that as well.
I'm gonna hold. Oh wait, is blindness concentration? No, it's not. Sweet. I'm gonna hold blindness to hit the 2 big sharks when we're in range. When we're within range, which is 30 feet.
Okay.
So I'll mark that spell slot.
Sounds good.
If this whale comes, or if the narwhal comes back, can I hold cure wounds?
Sure. Yeah.
I was also
If
planning
they're
on
within 60
reaction.
feet, I was gonna do healing word of the narwhal.
Okay. So we got 2 heals on the way.
60 feet of it, yeah.
And a blindness, right? Are you casting on just one of the larger sharks? Is that right?
I upcast it to level 3 to hit the two large sharks.
2 big ones. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna pre-roll that. What's your spell save DC?
15.
They
with the
both
minus.
fail. They both fail. Okay, so if
Sweet.
they get within 60 feet, then yeah. All right. Okay, I know what the narwhal's doing. Let's let's see here. Velen is going to hold Ray of Sickness for one of the middle sharks and will hit with the 21. So that will poison it. Like, it'll get hit with some poison damage, and then, oh, they have to fail a con save, which they do. And yeah, they'll be poisoned, and they'll take a bunch of poison damage, which will probably not be relevant, but later. But okay, so that'll be what Velen's doing. I'm just pre-rolling this. All right, Mesh, you're in the driver's seat. What's happening?
I'm getting on the narwhal, using my bonus action to give it a greater healing potion. Is that possible?
Sorry, one more time.
Using my bonus action to give it a greater healing potion.
If you're healing yourself, it's a bonus action. If you're using a potion as on someone else, it's an action.
It's an action. Shit.
Yes.
Potion on yourself is an action.
You still had that invisibility idea you wanted to try?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. That's why I wanted my action for invisibility.
Okay.
Yeah, then
you want to do it anyways?
Yeah, I'll do invisibility without any
It'll
bonus
still
action
give them
then.
disadvantage even if they've got the hunting frenzy. So normally the frenzy would give them advantage, but now it's a straight roll.
Okay, so invisibility first level on the narwhal.
They have
while
no
I'm riding
idea
it.
that you're there, you know, visually, but you're not sure a lot of things about sharks and fishing. You don't know if they have blind sight or dark vision or anything like that.
Okay.
And then what do you tell the narwhal? I guess it doesn't really matter,
let's
right?
move.
Because you just maybe give it a tap
It's-
or something. Probably work something out beforehand. So.
Just tapping it and let's
Right,
move.
the narwhal will be smart enough to dodge something, so it will not do the dash action. Actually, it will because it has haste, and haste doesn't let actions do that, and you can't take it if you can't see it. But all of the Jarks have blind sight, so they would normally get a swing here, but none of them get a swing because of the dash. And Mesh, you are streaking through this thing like Aquaman, just no one can see you. And the only thing you guys see is Mesh vanish in this cloud, just maul it as Ongajuk comes close. And the only thing that happens is there's 4 sharks blistering through the water. One of them gets hit, 2 of them get hit with blindness and kind of shake a little bit as they kind of recenter and then hunt on the cloud of smoke and that looks like smoke and crimson just pouring off of nothing. It's just this very weird, like, kind of pin light coming from the light source of him. Just this area of light that is surrounded by blood cloud, and there's nothing in the center. It is the weirdest thing you've ever seen. It's just light moving with blood coming off of it. And 4 sharks coming in. One of them gets hit with a searing ray. Another one gets hit with, you know, blindness, and another one gets hit with blindness, and then they kind of recenter, and the 2 sharks kind of falter to the back. The narwhal sprints closer and closer, but the heals that have been seen cannot be seen. Mesh, do you drop the invisibility before you impact the bubble?
No, don't need to. Right?
All right, Mesh, what do you do to get back into the thing? You're at the ship.
I untie the rope that I had and just jump off and
like dive.
Heal it. Yeah, as I get on the deck, I remove invisibility, and I'm like, heal it now. Let's move.
Okay, so the narwhal stops for just a brief second as all of this happens. Mesh does like a swan dive and then like a barrel roll. He's very dexterous, is able to do this, and he's holding this massive trident that makes him look very top heavy. And after he does this really cool move, he kind of goes and like falls over because this trident now has full weight and it is very heavy. And so he just kind of tumbles over like, and the narwhal gets the healing that has been held as the horn is pierced through. You guys maybe rip off the rest of the rope, kind of whip it back into the deck. Devii, your healing word goes off. The narwhal gets immediately protected by the other 4 as these horns come out of nowhere, and this group of narwhals comes in to protect, and you hear Ongajuk roar. And he whips 2 of them at once with his tail. Just one of them just kind of rotates a little bit, just windmills, kind of just this weird disorientedness as the other blind ones can't see the narwhal anymore because it is still hasted and is just going as far away as it can. Despite the invisibility being gone, it is still much faster. The sharks will never catch it. And you are out of initiative.
Yay.
And on the deck of the ship is a giant-sized golden trident.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah.
And
As I'm coughing out water from holding my breath for like 2 minutes.
for the rest of the day,
Breker like claps Mesh on the back and goes straight to the trident.
yeah,
Devii gives you a disgusted glare.
and Mesh, as you re-emerge on the ship, you need to give me one more Constitution saving throw.
Oh, that's good. That's a 19.
It's a pass.
19 plus 2, 21.
Yeah,
Plus
you're
3. No, is it 3 or 5?
good. You have Breaker's thing now, so
Yeah.
it's irrelevant.
5 is 5.
Everything is safe and sound.
I also want to say, Cure Wounds went off on the dolphin, or on the narwhal.
Yeah.
It got a fat 16.
Oh yeah, it's
Awesome.
feeling much better.
Yeah.
And Cari, if you were rolling anything, this thing
Yeah,
only
I did.
had
I think
like,
it was 8 from
I don't remember the
8
math. I
points
think I
from
just
me.
gave the thing like a little bit more hit points than a dolphin. I gave it more hit
Yeah.
points because it's a narwhal and it's bigger.
Okay.
So I looked at the hunter shark, which is like the large one, and kind of gave it the 40 hit points, like a little bit of a nerf because it's not a shark. And it did 39 damage. Like, I'm not kidding. I was like, I'm pretty sure I did the math right. I was like, is this really one shot? Because I think that they would have killed it. But
Yeah.
the one miss on the one shark from the silvery barbs actually mattered because it rolled a crit. It would have been eaten, like immediately
Yeah.
eaten. But yeah, that was a nail biter. Well done, and that was all improv. Well done, everyone. That was really, really
That was
fun.
great.
Breaker, for the time being, you can add a +3 trident to your inventory.
Oh,
jeez.
God.
But he's not here. What does that mean? Plus
Wait,
3?
Breaker gets it?
+3 to attack and damage.
Well, he's the one who saw it, and he's the one that's moving to pick it up and has stated such.
And he's the one who's gonna wield it, right? Like, what's
How
Mesh
can
gonna
he
do?
wield
Hide
it
with a giant golden trident?
How
Double hand that
he
piece of
wield
shit?
it? I want to
I
know.
figured
way.
it'd be Mesh.
Because
Since he's
the
the one that
trident
risked his life for it.
molds to the size of the wielder once you've attuned.
Come on, that's straight BS.
That's magic, homie. If you would like no more BS,
Magic,
then we can play without magic and see how fun
Yeah,
that
let's
is.
do that. Cow
If we decide right now to play without magic, we all die.
Yes,
Yep.
because the bubble pops and you're all dead because you're under the water in the darkness. All right. That was really fun to find like 8 stat
That
blocks
was
out of
fun.
nowhere.
You did a great
Not
job.
bad.
No, it was great. It was great. I was like, all right, well, I'm basically running an encounter that was on the island of Solstice that was already planned, and I just took the best place and I put it where you guys were at.
That's awesome.
So
It was already planned.
yeah, so there's a bunch of sunken ships around the island of Solstice, and I just
Yeah.
picked
the
one and I
ones that
put
we
it right
didn't
here.
visit.
Yeah, I just put one
Yeah.
right here and reskinned it.
I like
but
it.
that is actually the item that's there, but I'm gonna make it way cooler. So we're gonna plan this out a little bit. So we'll see. For the time being,
I'm
it'll be a
just laying on
+3 breaker, but later on I'll
Yep.
probably make it a +1 and then give it something cool. If that
Okay.
makes sense. You can also, if you would, if you could
Trident
do me a
breaker.
favor, there is a Trident of Fish command. Can you add that?
A fish
Bruh.
command?
Trident of Fish command.
Bruh.
It's an actual item.
Trident of fish command?
That'll give you a little bit of inspiration as to like what
Does
it
it
could
command
maybe do for
fish?
now.
Command
Our
fish?
friend Fish,
Dude,
get back here.
we're gonna get some fish.
We're gonna have some
Well, you
We'll never
fat
have to. We'll never have to fish
fish.
again. We'll never have to
Command
fish
Eater.
again.
sharks, right?
Command you to get into my
That's fine. Here,
belly.
get back.
Just slurp it up.
Also, I
Little
would like all
minnows.
of you to mark a long rest because you can now sleep on the ship for the first trip. So happen at
Oh
the
my
end of the day.
god, this is so good.
And make
I'm
sure
so
that you
happy.
have all of your hit
Long
dice
rest.
because we're going to do the new rules of exhaustion. It's only fair we do the new rules for hit dice. So you have all of your hit dice back.
And this exhaustion means that we
You get one of your levels of exhaustion removed. So that should be automatic.
With a long rest.
It should be
right?
automatic, so you don't need to touch it.
Okay, alright then.
Aquaman.
I feel so
Aquaman.
good.
Oh, is this a required food?
Oh
sick.
shit, the trial, Cari, I love it.
Oh, wait, we
No,
dropped.
no, it's what Ghost. I'm repeating what Ghost Spider said.
Yeah, I think that's what he was going for.
It says food. It says we require food and drink. Are we just assuming we're eating?
Yeah, you can eat. You got stuff.
Are we eating?
I think the narwhals are very, very happy you saved their companion, so they may even go fishing for you.
I thought one of them died.
Didn't we
Had one
technically
hit point,
put it
Jodie,
in
if you're listening.
danger?
Yeah. Had one hit point left.
We put it in danger, and how are
I
they so
thought-
happy with us?
Wait, I thought no, I thought you said it got destroyed.
No, we could have.
All right, I think that's gonna do it for the game. We'll talk more and hang out, but I don't want to do it online, so we can have some fun offline, away from you, chat. Okay?
Yeah, chat. Fuck you.
Chat. Fuck you.
It's cool that you're here. It's
Yeah,
it's
thank you
cool that
guys
you're
for
here,
watching.
chat.
You guys
Thank
are
you for
great.
watching.
But fuck you,
Yeah,
chat.
also, thank you for
Wait,
watching.
but
As a side note.
before we go,
Thank you for
can I
being here.
say I
It's
woke
really
up
nice.
No.
best sleep ever.
Yeah, Goldy's been wanting to take a long rest for like 3 weeks now.
Yeah.
I have slept.
Yeah, I had absolutely
today.
nothing. I think I had 3 spell slots left, all level 1.
Yep.
This is the first time I ran out of spells. I have only one left.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was worth it though. Let me tell you. This is full stop. I'll give you guys a little bit of a spoiler. This is the rarest item in the game that's not legendary. Is this?
That's awesome.
And thank God that you guys didn't quote unquote miss it, because I really wanted you guys not to miss the other things that were there, but you did. And there's so many fucking cool things at that place, and I wanted to give you guys something with a level up. So congratulations, everyone.
Yay!
I was the dungeon master and also your fish extravaganza for the day. Thank you. Devii, the I'm afraid of water and I don't give a shit. Bard Cleric was played by the wonderful Cari and Devii. And Breker was the Aquaman wannabe that stayed on the ship with no armor, with a little bit of blessings on the side and a beacon of hope on the front of the stern. We had played by lordchefmage playing Breker. We had Meshadieme, which was Aqualad.
Aqua
Just
boy.
simple Aqualad. Because he's British. And he doesn't
He's
say
a mad
Aqua Boy.
lad.
No. He's
Yeah,
an
there you go.
Aqualad.
Boy who cheated death 3
That's
times.
awful, sir, to you.
Come
Or
on.
the one who escaped not once, but not twice, not even thrice, but quadriceps of sharks on a narwhal. That'll be a
Oh, I know,
story for
Aqua Chap. He could be Aqua
Instead of
Chap.
Giga Chad, it's Aqua Chad.
No,
Aqua
chat.
Chap.
Yeah.
Aqua Chad. Aqua Chap.
Chap.
Chat.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
Sir
the
Dr.
Trident
Aqua-
catcher. I like
That's
that.
super British.
The trident catcher.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
Bloke.
Yeah. Then we have
Does that
Chalcedony
play,
played by
Chef
the
is
wonderful
Trident
Jodie.
Taker?
And Chalcedony
Oh,
was the questioner of all things narwhals and Ongajuk today, which was great. We also have the poker of bubbles in Chalcedony today, which was nice.
Yeah.
And then Goldy, who was the I'ma kill you if we can't sleep Barbarian today, and also the fisher of many octopi. And then we have
I went to sleep because I could barely function.
yes. And then we have Vanvalor, the tuning
Sorry.
expert, and the I haste the fish all day long.
I do it again, too.
Yep. And loving the new bard rules, Vanvalor, played by the lovely Dallan. So
Yeah, that was great.
I
I
had
like
a
the
blast
bard rules,
this
yeah.
week, and let me tell you, it's great not having to run things by the book for a change. It's been awesome.
Oh yeah,
So-
that was fun.
I love you
Little
guys,
treasure hunt.
and I hope you guys had a great time watching. And if you're on the VOD squad, we appreciate you just as much as the live viewers. You guys have a great time, and have a great week. We'll see you next week, probably. So have a good one.
Hopefully.
No D&D tomorrow, so I
Under
might
the
play
sea,
some.
guys.
I might play some D&D, or not D&D. I might talk with my D&D other group that I'm talking to tomorrow. I don't know if we're gonna do it online or offline. I'm just talking with some British Pogo people that wanted to play D&D for the first time, so I'm kind of not doing it the same way I did last time in a public way, because I don't know how shy they are, and I don't know what we're really gonna do, because I have way less planned than the last time I tried this. So you guys have a great time. I'll see you Monday. Bye.
Is it Saturday yet?
Bye.